Hello, everyone.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh wait, I'm not the right boogie.
Fair enough.
You'll get there eventually. And while our wonderful Sunny is getting there, I know most of you probably came from Sunny's channel. Also, welcome Raiders. But we're gonna go ahead and do our shout out for our wonderful streamers. Please go follow. Please go follow the Snackybus and the Shyness because they are amazing streamers, and you should go watch them. But welcome in, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you had fun over in Sunny's. I don't know what you guys were doing because I did not look.
Minecraft.
Okay, that sounds fun.
That's it.
That sounds chill.
Yeah, it was a pretty chill day. Minus the fact that I went to like a warden zone thingy.
Oh yeah. Those are scary. I have not fought one yet.
You haven't fought a warden yet?
No. They came out after my last real big bout of Minecraft.
Okay, so because there's ancient cities, and like in the ancient cities, there's like a gigantic portal in the middle, and if you can get it to activate, you can go through it. And there's a funny little like, I don't know. I know it's part of a mod, I think, as well. I don't really know. Anyways, there's a thingy you go through, and then like, I don't know. There was like different types of skulk and stuff, and like everything was black and orange. But then there's like different sections and like biomes within it.
That's definitely a mod for sure.
The black and orange place and stuff was pretty cool because there was no wardens. But as I was flying around, I was like, oh, hey, there's like these purple areas. There's like the echoing something, and then like
Isles, perhaps?
No. And some other place blooming something biome. And I was like, ooh, cool, those are pretty. I want to steal those things for, oh my god, that's 6 wardens walking around.
Ooh. No.
They're just there. And then there's like these weird little guys that are like these tiny little chompy creatures. And they're like, you know those funny little like plastic teeth thing with the feet that like come to it's like that almost. Like it's like skulky looking.
It sounds like a lot.
They go, and then they waddle towards you. And there's also phantoms in the blue areas that also try and kill you. But apparently slimes eat phantoms, and slimes also like to jump off of cliffs. So that's funny.
Nothing but chaos in this weird orange place.
Well, that's in the bluey purple places. And like the orange places, the orangey black places, that's safe from what I've learned. But the rest of it is not. Pain and suffering, and you should probably run away.
This does not sound vanilla, so I'm sure that's a mod.
Oh no.
But
it's in the Cobblemon thing that I'm in.
Yeah. Gotta try that at some point. But in any case,
that's all that happened.
Welcome in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed all the Minecraft shenanigans. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday, and we are going to do some D&Ds. We are on episode 26 of the Echoing Isles, and the party is staring down something spooky. But before we got here, what did we do, guys? Go ahead. Let's start strong with a history roll.
A fucking clue, honestly.
Ooh, that was almost an 18. That's an 18.
That's an 18.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be a 20. Well, guess who?
Fuck me, I don't remember anything.
I'm also trying to remember things. What happened last? There's my notes. Hang on.
That's right.
Icicles came out of Joe.
Joe stabbed a bitch by accident. Joe exploded with ice. Mads healed the mushroom lady.
Rico.
Plant! Wait, I bought a plant!
I love the peak.
I
The
remember-
peak is peak, honestly.
I remember I bought a plant, and it was one of the plants from the place and the things of the stuff where I had stolen plants before from the greenhouse when I was a cat. But then I lost the plants because we burned the city, Mads. And then
Man, amazing.
and then what did we do before that? What did I do before that? I did something with Larry before that.
With Larry.
We did a shoppy thing. We did a mini shoppy so
Yeah, we
Oh,
went
that's
to
right.
the guild to see about
True.
the job.
and then I got yelled at, and then we got followed, and I got some funny looks.
That's right.
I
have that
And then I
written
bought a
here.
plant. Larry also bought a plant.
Yeah.
I bought a
Um,
flower with the
yeah.
one nat 20.
Pyrie is now more broke than she was before. However, I have concocted a scheme in the event that we survive this, to make more money. That will come later.
I can't wait for this.
Yeah, and then the stuff with Mads and Joe exploding and mushroom lady getting stabbed, healed. We had, I don't know, collective mental bonding time. And then I must have blacked out, but I don't remember from that point forward, but apparently there's wasps, and then I remember us encountering the funny beast thing, swamp monster, disgusting ass to fight. I don't remember from the last part to this part though.
Just a blank on the travel scene.
This is just totally gone. Oh no! Wait.
Do you remember
no, wait,
the bramble?
Wait. I was gonna say wait. I got thrown. We got tossed.
I love
Mads
Yeah.
got tossed. Mads almost sank.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I wanted to burn some shit, but wasn't allowed to burn some shit.
You were outvoted.
Technically, I took the more complicated route because I could have flown over it, but that's neither here nor there.
You guys,
Something.
you did use
We got a
water walk
monster.
in that particular area to pop out of the
True.
quicksand,
Yeah.
completely nullifying the
Yeah.
second portion of that, which is
That's
excellent.
what I was gonna bring up, is that that's still active now for
It sure
this
is.
fight, but that's the only thing that's super relevant.
That
That and I feel hidden with a 29, mind you. I'm pretty sure I rolled a 29, and you're like, you feel hidden. And I was like, I hate that. Yeah, look at that. Dexterity stealth check 29. You feel hidden.
And we're walking on water
Yes.
in the
Yeah.
swamp.
Oh, and you
This
guys
one.
tried to talk about it, and then it heard you.
What?
Yeah, we were talking in the mindscape, and it replied, which
It
sucks.
said hello.
Yeah, it
Another
said, "Oh, there's
reminder.
other telepathic people here," and I was like, "Ugh."
Don't
No.
like that.
Oh yeah, nobody fell for the little child that was hurt trick that it's
we
been
all
using.
turned around to leave.
You all immediately were like, nah, fuck that, I'm out. It just did not engage.
Yeah, no.
Which is how it's been luring people into this area, is with this cries of a small child, and it was very
Yeah.
funny.
Uh-huh.
Eh.
I feel like,
I like that it
if
came first anyway.
Liara wasn't already hell no about this situation and didn't have like maximum insight perma, it would have worked. I looked at that, I was like, Mr. DM, how sus is that? And you're like, I don't know, look at it. And you're like, it's pretty damn sus. And I was like, oh, hell no. Get me out.
Let me out.
I don't want to be here.
Oh.
Yucky.
Yeah, I think you did a great recap, honestly. I can't
Took me a
think.
while, but I got there.
Yeah, we got there eventually. I don't think there was really anything missed. I don't think there was anything missed at all, really.
I don't think so. I think
No,
all the major
that's it.
parts were talked about.
Favorite parts for a D4, which you might want for the battle. Who knows?
The flower, Mr. DM. Although I'm mad that I can't smell it here because it's so damn rank.
It is pretty rank here.
Mm-hmm. Smells like swamp.
D4.
Swamp ass.
Swamp ass.
Swamp Ant. D4 for Liari, because she has a flower.
My favorite was well, kind of piggybacking off of the flower because I remember Ilari came back and she was like, "Don't you like my flower?" And I was like, "It's not the lotus."
I was so jank, bro. Y'all are like so into plants and y'all fucking snubbed me and I was just like, I hate it here. The one thing I thought I could like bond with y'all over again and I just got stabbed.
D4.
I think we forgot. Ham bone is filled with poison.
He sure is.
He sure is. He's somewhere. around
Little
here,
guy.
in your arms or something.
When he walks around,
is
all
not-
you hear is this little clink, 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 clink.
Yeah.
He does that butt wiggle when he walks, too.
Oh yeah. 100%. He's a piglet. He's gotta.
Gotta, obviously.
Mhm.
So poison-filled
That is a
ham bone is your favorite part. D20, or not D20, D4. D20.
Dangerous gamble for you, Mr.
No. D4 is a game, or fucking D20 is a game changer. D4 is a game changer on its own.
Yeah, D4 can be great.
Sometimes.
Oh. So,
Did we leave off where we were in combat or like starting combat? Or have we not reached that point yet?
I think we were gonna roll it.
We were about to roll initiatives because you guys were talking and it was creeping up through the water at you.
Gross.
So if you would like to have a conversation, you can attempt to.
With who?
Amongst
With
yourselves?
Pyre, obviously.
With the creature, perhaps?
It already knows we're here to kill it. Oh yeah, Pyre did
Oh,
want to
yeah.
try and talk to it. All right, Pyre, go on.
Wait, no, I tried talking to it and I told it I was gonna kill it. Because
Oh, I think it laughed at
I
you.
remember now. There was like a really weird moment that like filled me with like a bunch of courage, and like that well of power or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that
I
was a
remember
very
now.
important detail.
Yeah.
That's right.
Scary.
And then I
We
looked
had
at
scary
it.
dog
And,
privilege.
yep.
Yeah,
Scary
the
dog privilege turned into Chihuahua privilege, unfortunately.
strange red fog that is blowing from over this boggy area, when inhaled by you, seems to make you slightly dizzy, but refills that well of power inside of you. So that's something to note.
Question, Mr. DM.
Yes.
Does that have an effect on the rest of us?
Not that you're aware of.
Maybe not that we're aware of. Like, I mean, like, physically, like, you know, like...
Like
Mads
high
felt
high
immediately
table,
dis-
high table.
Like-
Because I'll give you this bit. Mads is more attuned, if you will, to this particular type of magic. So whereas a normal individual would not notice it,
So it's
Mads
just regular
would.
plot twist. It's just shitty plot.
Essentially, yes. It's not.
Got it.
There's not
Yeah, that's
enough
all
of
that's-
it to cause an issue unless you stay here prolonged. which you'd have to literally camp here for it to be a problem. And I severely doubt you're going to do that, so.
I don't wanna. It's stinky.
It is quite sticky.
Where's my...
Oh yeah, so true. D20 moment. You have to pay for it now.
I don't think
No,
I
it's
put
not
that on
there.
there. Did I put it on there? Did it
It's
come
not
up?
Oh,
there.
you scammed us, Sister DM.
I did. I didn't update this one.
Scammed.
This one I kind of like slapped everything back where it was supposed to be and then left it because like I was like, yeah, I'll deal with this later, and then I never dealt with it because I took yesterday off.
So true.
So
Well deserved.
hold momentarily. We're just gonna grab it all from a different space and just shove it in here.
Perfect.
Right?
I like shoving things places.
You know, that do track. Okay. It should theoretically work now. It'll just be over my head. Because I have not reaffirmed this one. Anyway, that's fine.
Wait, what should be what?
The D20 redeem should roll over my head now.
There is no D20 redeem, Mr. DM.
That
That's
could
what
be
I
a
was
problem.
saying.
I see. I
There's
understand.
nothing
I
there.
understand now.
What's the problem?
Cannot redeem. Was not toggled.
He hates us. He hates us for real.
I'm sorry, Chad. I didn't mean to. Don't hurt me. There it is. It works. It's a little off center, but I'm not gonna fix it right now.
It's perfect. Don't worry.
I rolled an 18. Hell yeah.
Yippee.
Okay. Oh, first, before we actually begin, Liari. Would you
Yeah,
like
I
to...
did, but I didn't realize that I was. When I was like, Mr. DM, I want to roll to steal your panties,
Oh.
and then I rolled the 9 that is there in the chat, and then I just typed out that was for panties.
I did see that. I forgot I saw that. Okay. Well, Sag.
Yeah. Well, I kept the ones that I have, that I finally have.
I know. Look
after
at him.
all this time.
It's beautiful.
My crown. Surely don't keep me alive for this battle.
Surely.
My good luck
Maybe.
charm.
Who gets it? That's the question.
What did we get? A small treasure.
Yeah, there was a small treasure redeemed by bread. And Pyrie, you have found a fragile snow globe. Fragile glass snow globe with a tiny castle inside.
Oh,
Enjoy that.
that's cute. Don't
It's-
get distracted. with
It's
that
worth
pie.
1 gold.
Wow, expensive.
I know.
Wait,
Glasswork, man.
I'll put
from
it
where?
in. You found it at the edge of the swamp. It's a little
Why?
gunky, but it's there.
Oh, but there was a small treasure.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
what
yeah.
it was?
Small treasure.
He
So-
just said I found it. I'm like,
Yeah,
it seems like a
sorry.
very odd place to fucking find something.
Find
We
a
found
snow
weirder
globe in
and
a
weirder
swamp.
places.
It's kind of weird to find a snow globe in the Echoing Isles in general, I feel, because it's so tropical. But, you know, here
Now
we
that
are.
demon child had it in their pocket and they dropped it.
Yeah, that's totally it.
My
Yeah.
globe. Please give it
So-
back.
I checked at the kid's head.
No,
You absolutely can. Would you like to?
God, no!
Wait.
What is
Wait.
happening?
'Cause-
Wait. You reminded me of something.
To be clear, in this particular moment, this is like that moment before all hell breaks loose where you have an opportunity to kind of do something if you'd like to. If that is a throw a snow globe at its face, absolutely, you could do that. I'll make that a surprise attack.
I feel like we can have better surprise attacks.
This is
Personally. personally.
I
don't know.
mean,
We already said we were gonna fight it, and I think we even asked.
I don't know.
like,
Does Joe
the
want to
party,
bubble
like,
beam
you
its
guys-
ass? I don't know.
Yeah.
bubble
Say
beam.
bubble beam.
Bubble beam.
Someone
Joe,
said-
use bubble.
Somebody go behind him and spook him.
I'm not going behind it. If I can help it, actually, I'm not going anywhere near it. Surprise, surprise.
Not your vibe, huh? You don't like creepy
That-
thing with
that-
sharp, pointy teeth and oozy, gooshy, pus-filled globules all over its body and tentacles?
I don't, and I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm the tank in this scenario. I pretended early on for shits and gigs, but now we're here, and I'm like, no.
You
I
did,
know my
you did.
place.
You did
I know
pretend
my
early on,
place.
for sure.
Yeah. I know my place. What if it has panties?
Let me see
Nah.
let me see how it's doing. Okay.
Nah.
All right.
Is it impatient? Is it hitting us now?
What if
Have
it
we
has
wasted our
panties?
opportunity? Does anybody want to do that? Because otherwise I will.
Can I like walk up just ever so slightly and hold out the fucking thing and just be like, "Did you drop this?"
The snow. We're still doing this.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
There we
So
go. Yeah.
Yes.
it's currently rising up out of this boggy, stagnant, green, not clear water. And as it's rising up, you're seeing all this like sludge and nastiness kind of slopping off and falling back into the water off of its back, revealing its like veiny red crimson. It's disgusting.
Gross.
You still have
Anyways.
water walk, so you can walk on the water if you wanted to.
Yeah, but it's gross looking. I don't want to touch it.
That's
Um,
valid. Okay.
Pyrie's gonna just like kind of like brush it off, because assuming that if she found it in the
It's
edge of the
gunky.
thing, then it's probably like it's gunky. She's just gonna like brush it off and then like hold him and be like reach out and just be like, "Did you drop this?"
The creature with its beady little eyes deep set in its face kind of like looks at you, kind of looks at the globe, and you can hear it in your mind as it chuckles. It reaches out one little tentacle. Do you like move at all, or do you just leave yourself there as it reaches out towards you-ish?
Nah, I'm gonna just like have it like in like palm open, like sitting on my hand for it to grab the thingy.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, R.I.P. Pyrie. I'd like to write the action that if it tries to grab her at all, I will be I'll do Psychic Blade.
Okay.
Hold on.
Noted. The creature
Yeah, if it
reaches
wraps
out
around.
one of its little, well, they're not little, they're huge, but it reaches out one of the tentacles, and the end of the tentacle is basically an open mouth that kind of opens like in a vertical slit with sharp, gouging rows of fangs at the end of it. And you can see just in past the fangs is kind of like, almost like an octopus suction cup to keep its prey from leaving once it gets into this point. So as that kind of reaches out very slowly towards you, you hear a little it puts the little mouthpiece over the globe itself and carefully, precisely kind of picks it up and brings it back to itself and looks close at it, kind of like as it twists the inside of the globe, the snow kind of starts to fall, and it watches it. This isn't mine, but I will keep it. And it just holds it in the tentacle.
What is
Yeah,
happening?
no, I found it over there.
Ah. It must have been one of my meals. Do you like food?
I
Yeah.
don't think I like the same kind of food as you.
This
It's
is
gotta have a nice face.
Oh god, Pyrie, no.
I need another roll for this. Hang on. Okay.
Help.
Okay.
Liari's gonna lose it, please, God. No, it's
Hmm.
over.
You can tell a lot from a face. How much
What I'm
meat?
saying, it's gotta be well defined. It's gotta, like, if it just looks like it's kind of a face, then it's not gonna taste very good. But if it has like more distinguished features, it's probably soaked up a lot of nutrients. Makes them juicier.
I see you are a creature of culture as well.
No,
Okay.
no.
I need to know. I need to know because this thing is like telepathic, kind of, right?
Because it what?
Yes. This creature is like kind of telepathic or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's telepathically speaking
it-
to the group at large.
Okay. Can it? This is gonna sound weird,
Sure.
but I know that it can hear our thoughts. But can it see our thoughts if we're visually thinking of something?
You may have to attempt that. That's not you. Thus far, you have only been able to determine that it can speak with you telepathically.
Okay, well, actively, Pyrie is thinking about like some of the nicest fruits and that she's had, and the preparation and like cultivation of all of that stuff, including the fertilizer nonsense, and like going through all of that, and be like, yeah, and like, and just like going through mentally like the imagery of it without really necessarily saying too much of anything, and just being like, yeah, sometimes they make really good stuff. You just gotta prep it right.
Did you just showed him the actual fruit, not the fertilizer process?
Fertilizer process and then resulting in fruit, but nothing like, you know.
Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. All right. Whatever you say, Dice. You are always right.
What the fuck? No, not like this. I can't. Pyrie's just gonna get +1 monster and -1 Liari. Larry's leaving. Larry's, hell no.
So as you as you provide these images, you do see it take like a moment to process. It has not yet jumped on you. It does not even look kind of threatening at this moment. It seems to be very interested. Pyrie's freaking natural insight is really high, right? Yeah, it's 15. That hits. It is fascinated with the fact that you are using bodies to grow food because it likes bodies, but you are taking it a step further. It's very fascinated with this. So as you show it all these steps and processes, you can see it kind of like thinking, and it starts to salivate a little bit. You can see like this yellow ichor almost dropping from its maw, from its teeth, from each of the little tentacles with the little mouths on it, as it kind of looks of. of these tasty morsels.
Damn. Well, you see, that's the problem. I've been trying to find a place to make a new grove because I can't be at my old grove. But trying to get any of the things to grow has been a problem because nothing seems to work. They don't seem to like the environment. So I've been on a quest to try and find the perfect growing environment to find a place to make a new grove for myself so I can continue making my fruits. But there's no place. I haven't been able to find it. But I have suspicions that there's some place here within the Isles that I can maybe do it. Or at least something. Or this we're close. I miss my fruit.
Well.
But I have some dried fruit with me.
Oop. 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 I enjoy the idea roots, but I prefer flesh.
Well, you do have to constantly make sure that you have the right fertilizer. Not all the fertilizer is correct fertilizer for it. So that stuff kind of gets discarded, so I guess you could technically eat that and then keep the good stuff for the fertilizer. So that way you get better fruit.
I am curious as to what is the end goal of your conversation with this creature?
I have an idea. Don't hate me on it.
Okay, I'm interested.
Just roll with it. Just roll with it. Just roll with it, Mr. DM.
I'm just sitting here flabbergasted because I have to like balance in my mind how much of this Liari is comprehending.
I mean, the whole conversation is happening telepathically, so you're hearing it. It's just,
Yeah. Okay.
you know.
Well, genuinely, High Table, I have a stupid fucking idea, and I'm really, really hoping it works.
I know I'm hearing it.
That might hate me by the end of it.
Well, I love that, and that's why I'm letting you cook. But the like we are hearing it mentally, but we've already previously established that we didn't see the images
Did we?
produced. It has to be verbal. Yeah, that was something we
Oh,
previously
then
discussed.
that is my bad.
by way of my specific connection.
Yeah,
with
that thing
how
might be
we are
able to
talking
see it.
Yes, that is not inherently.
Right.
This
Regardless
thing's
of what you're doing with the monster, I don't, that's
Oh,
not,
you
but-
guys
so,
wouldn't
so when
see the
Pyrie was
pictures.
showing those mental images to the monster, we didn't see it, which is
Canonical.
why I'm
Okay.
so carefully balancing how I'm trying to interpret how Liari is hearing this, because if she hears too much, it might be very bad. But I want Sunny to cook so bad, so please do.
Right.
Go on.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Currently, it's salivating, but it is holding itself back. You, with your passive insight, you can tell it is interested enough in what you're saying to not eat you outright. Currently.
Okay. What the hell's the main island name again? I know we know it, but I don't remember it.
Eternia.
Eternium. I'm like, it starts with a fucking E. I don't remember though. Okay, at this point, Pyrie's just gonna be like, do you want to taste some of it? It's dried, so it's not at its peak, but like, you'll understand. This is to the funny monster, Mr. D.
Okay, let's see. Hang on. That's still over a 5. Okay. The creature with its beady little eyes locks onto you. Perhaps.
Pyrie's just gonna be like, okay, I'm just gonna reach into my pocket to get it, This is in my pocket. So just 1 sec. I was just gonna like rummage through and find like, you know,
A little
probably
morsel.
what would be like a little morsel, but probably one of the like half-eaten ones already.
Sure.
So
Don't
like,
give it a clean
you know,
one. You know, it lives in a bog. What's the matter?
Yeah. And just like and do the same thing and like hold out it on her palm and like hold out so that way it can reach for it at its leisure.
It's not that unintelligent. It stares at your palm and then looks at you and then looks back at the palm. It seems to be debating whether it's safe or not.
Okay, Parry's gonna take like a little nibble of it and just be like, it's safe.
Okay, so this little fruit is probably like what, like the quarter of your palm size, maybe.
I would say like, yeah, like we'll say like quarter of my palm size.
It's gonna take one of its tentacles and reach out because it's got a 10-foot range. This is not nearly as high up off your hand as the globe was, and so when it does try and grab the fruit, your hand gets a big sloppy coating of like squish.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw. Because it's not actively attacking you. However... Okay.
Is the K a good K or a bad K?
It's a bad K.
Can I use a funny 4 dice for it?
I would say that it would probably help with this particular situation. So yeah, if you'd like to roll that, if it's a 10 or higher, you're safe. Okay. You manage to give the fruit to the weird mouth tentacle in such a way where you are not injected with any poison.
Fantastic.
Isn't that wonderful?
That's fantastic. I would like to know how well he likes the fruit too.
We're doing a roll here. It takes it in the little mouth there and kind of rings it in, kind of like an elephant would, and drops the fruit into the giant maw. And you watch as it takes these multiple rows of razor-sharp, flesh-shredding teeth to chomp away at a dried fruit. After it finishes and it kind of gives a big, like, with its massive person-sized tongue, it kind of looks back at you.
Good. But not something I would seek out.
I was gonna like sit there and do the like thinky contemplaty face and be like, I wonder if maybe it's because it's dried fruit and it loses a lot of its flavor and stuff. Maybe the fresh fruit would be better for you.
Do you have fresh fruits?
Not on me, but I think I know exactly where it's going to end up being. There's this island called Eternia, and I'm pretty sure that there might be a really big grove there, based on some information I've been getting about some funny lizard people.
And while that is entertaining information, What does it have to do with me?
Well, if you like flesh, there would be an abundance of flesh there. You would never go hungry. Because if there's an active flourishing grove, that means there's active flourishing fertilizer. Which means that there's going to be discard bodies as well, so you would get flesh and the fruit. And nobody likes wasting flesh.
Give me a fucking persuasion roll. I am losing my shit over this.
Oh, that was almost a 20.
Oh
That
no!
would be funny.
Perhaps. But I am yet to go hungry here. I have so many morsels in front of me now.
Yeah, but that's the thing. There's actively a bounty on your head here, but if you just disappeared and went to go eat all of the stuff at the other island, no one would bat an eye. They'd be like, okay, cool. Otherwise, people are just gonna want to kill you and hurt you. Whereas there, you probably wouldn't be at all, because you'd be serving a purpose that would help them. You get free food, they have a way of disposing extra bodies. And you can also get some tastier fruit. Iry's gonna like think of like all of the times that she had like the most delicious possible fruit ever with the succubi as like imagery for Mr. Sucky Face.
Okay. Give me an additional persuasion with advantage, please. Because this is going wildly. I will say there is a particular DC that has yet to be reached. And if you were
Son of a bitch.
to be offered a D4 from a party member, I would accept that. You may also use inspiration.
Sure, take it.
The DC is 25 for the thing that will...
Oh yeah, take my D4. The 23 is close, so you can take my D4. That's fine.
Okay.
Wow.
Son of a tit biscuit.
Amazing.
Can I give you my
Any-
D4?
Anybody in chat got that inspo? Anybody in chat on that
Inspiration.
sugar, that glucose parent vibes? Anybody in chat really want to salvage this?
Shake spread bread. My God, we need you.
You can use if you use Mads' D4 as well, you will hit the DC.
Can I?
Are you
Oh
allowing
no,
it? Okay.
hold.
Okay. Inspo,
Wait.
huge spend.
Sven
Yes.
Inspo, yes.
has
Thank you.
provided inspiration. What a kind soul.
Could be huge. Could be massive.
How do I-
Could be real.
How do I? Son of a bitch.
You just re-roll.
Sorry, no, it like. Ugh.
This is this is a wild situation, chat. Could not have
Yeah.
foreseen this.
I didn't think we were gonna be here today.
What do I?
thought we
Do
were
I
gonna
re-roll
fight
the
it.
D4? Wait, do
We're
I
gonna
re-roll the
totally-
D4?
No, you would not re-roll the D4. It has been used. Your new roll would be the taken roll.
No.
I will, because I am so invested in this ridiculous situation, allow the inspiration roll to also be an advantage because benevolence.
Whoa.
Okay. Persuasion.
Oh, almost. Advantage.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh no. Pain.
Aw. Back to this. Can I give?
Yep, you sure can.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
How we
I'm
walked
gonna-
away from the
It-
guarantee
I'm
for the
gonna,
ha-ha
I'm gonna
funny.
close
Please-
my eyes.
No.
You're fucking kidding me.
That's so fucking funny. That's so
Actually.
fucking funny. No fucking shot.
All right, so we're at
It
a
said no
22.
twice.
We're at a 22. Joe's favorite part of last session was his bonding with Mads. Take a D4.
Oh, cute.
Take another D4.
I
Another
can't help
one.
you anymore. This is it.
Come on,
We've
please.
come this way. Yeah!
Thank you.
But even the DM is just like, no, we want this to work.
Full team effort. All free guidance rolls plus an inspiration roll later. Everything at
Better work out
advantage.
well. Because we have no backups for saving ourselves later.
It's fine.
I need a minute to. I gotta do a thing. Hang on.
Oh boy. Oh. Where have we ended up? What have we done here? Who else feels the copium just surging through their veins? Who else has a copium dealer? I have one. His name is Mohole. Moholes, mo goals. Am I right, fellas? It's funny because it's actually Liaria's
Okay.
motto in life. Oh, okay, we're ready. I stalled
Okay.
enough.
I appreciate your stalling. I had to write some notes because this situation is wild. You send away these mental images to this creature. The tentacles seem like they had been snaking up into the water, but as you sent these mental images and imposed no threat whatsoever, it stops maybe 2 feet away from you in a position where like it could reach out and snatch you off your feet. And then they start to retract a little bit. And it seems to tilt its entire body, as it's a 3-legged beast. It tilts its body and looks at you really closely with those beady eyes.
Mm-hmm.
How many bodies would they give me?
Well, in order to produce a large grove, you would need a lot of fertilizer, especially with the upkeep. And not everything that they pick is going to immediately be, perfect fertilizer. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that's just excess that they're just going to be tossing away probably in the pit. So that's just free meal.
That
Free
is
snackage.
so wasteful.
Saying you have to have a good system. In my old grove, there was at least another entire section where monsters could just eat any of the extra bits. They would love that stuff, but they don't have that here. But you could eat that.
Perhaps I could dispose of the flesh for them.
Exactly.
Hmm.
They're probably just checking in a giant pit.
Very well.
Sounds like a free buffet.
Where is this Eternia?
I don't have a map directly in front of me, Mr. DM.
That would be west.
It is west. It is a very large island. If it's a small island, that's not it. You're not there yet. But just past that one, There's a big one, and that's where it is.
Very
It'll probably
well.
be in a more elevated area, too. So they'll probably just be chucking bodies off. More than likely. I'm sure you'll be able to sniff it out.
Oh, yes. I can smell flesh from quite a distance. Well, I think I shall leave you here. You have been insightful.
Glad I could help. She's gonna like do a little thumbs up thing.
It's gonna
An awkward smile.
it's gonna reach down under the water, and it's gonna curl around something. You can't really see, but you can see the tentacle moving. And as it pulls out, you see this like partially dissolved, partially nommed on body of a person.
For the road.
And he's
That's a
gonna
good idea. It is a bit of a distance.
turn around and start lumbering away as he starts to submerge in the water and disappears from sight.
Fantastic. Paris is going to proceed to walk up to the gang and be like, "Huh. Well, that's taken care of."
I can't even fucking believe this shit. This is so fucking believable.
I feel like for the whole exchange, Mads would just have their mouth like hanging open, just staring in horror.
Yeah. Liari is also very visibly upset now with a very upset look on her face, and her whole body is tensed.
Joe would just be also standing there very agape, like hand on the hilt of his blade ready to go, and just kind of look at Pyre and be like, so what's going on? What's happening? Are we fighting?
No.
His eyes are just gonna like kind of go back and forth, like left to right. Why? Not?
Send him to Eternia to go look for the Grove stuff. And more than likely, if he can't find a stash of dead bodies, he'll find the lizard people. And either way, someone's gonna fight someone more than likely. So, 2 birds, 1 stone.
So you sent it off to go fight the lizard people.
Well, I sent it off to go eat the leftover corpses that more than likely they're producing in the event that there are my trees there, but probably not. So, in which case, it'll probably get mad, but it'll be hungry because it only took a little snack. In which case, it'll probably eat the lizard people.
The corpses of the people that the lizards have been enslaving this whole time, that we've been trying to do
If they're
something
dead,
about.
If the people are already dead,
And that makes it okay?
Just because they're dead doesn't mean they should be eaten.
she's just gonna look at them and be like, I don't even know if there is a pit. I don't even know if there is a grove. I just got it to go away.
Mads, knowing what Mads knows and the visions that they've seen, Mads has a feeling, a really, really bad feeling about
Mads
this
didn't
whole
see the
thing.
visions that I had.
No, I've had my own separate visions.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were talking about what I was showing the dude.
No. Mads has had their own visions of what I presume to be Eternia.
Hmm. Why is Larry making secret rolls?
I kind of had to decide something for myself.
Why are we getting voted off the island too?
No, yeah. I think I'm just gonna turn around and leave. I think I'm gonna start heading back.
Seems like a good
not-
idea.
I'm gonna cut off psychic whispers.
Oh,
I'm leaving.
Damn.
I'm gonna look around and be like, well, I've had enough of whatever this is, so I should at least get out of here. I'll go after Larry. I'm not gonna chase after him, though. I just want to get out of the swamp.
Okay. Joe will kind of start walking as well, probably keeping pace with Pyrie. Not really. Joe is just vibing. He doesn't know what to do. He's a simple fella.
That's fair.
So, you guys make your way away from the swamp, avoiding the combat that I thought could not be avoided. Just
That was insane. That was
We loopholed our way out of another one, gang.
That was huge and massive. Like high table, that was so fucking cool and saved me from panicking.
it was so okay. Wait, I want to do the high table-y things real quick because this shit is fucking wild. Okay, you convince this big ass flesh-eating monster to leave to go find more flesh elsewhere, convincing him with pictures and having a conversation. It's intelligent enough to know, like, oh yeah, these are obviously people who are well equipped and probably come to kill me, and more will come. So it's like, oh, a new place? Great. Lots of extra food? Maybe I could just, like, eat that and not have to worry? Like, you had a whole, you convinced it. It's fucking insane.
Yeah. I can't again, and that whole team role of everyone had to throw their whole OC into making that last persuasion work for us. That was team effort. Chat, you did it. Pyrie, you did it. Mads, you did it. Liari, you helped, although that was probably not your favorite. Joe, you did it.
This is like, they need another D4. Maybe. This is gonna be so tight. I can't help anymore, though.
It was the tightest ever. I can't believe. Holy.
That's a problem for future us, more than likely.
Yeah, I can't see how that would possibly happen in the future. You run into this thing again.
There's some possibilities that could happen on its way to the thing with the stuff. That I could potentially point out to Mr. DM, but I will do that later.
Also, Mr. DM, I don't know how much you want us to, like, go back over the backtracking thing, but I will not be helping them over the bramble this time. I'm just going over and leaving, so I don't know if you want to make them deal with that or not, but... Because I can't fail my acrobatics roll. It's a minimum of a 20, so I just fucking leave.
Larry's fun.
I don't know. Part of me thinks it's kind of funny, but also it's just
Oh,
annoying,
God.
so I don't know. That could be just expositionally, just so you know.
Exposition situation. It's gonna take a little while. It'll probably take longer for Mads and Pyrie and Joe because they are not nearly as nimble. So they may end up having to do the whole burn the bush situation to go back across.
That would've been pretty funny.
I would say they'd be able to do that within the time frame that Waterwalk is still active, so they don't have to deal with
That's nice of you.
well, because we kind of talked about it being about that time frame anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that being said, Liari has about an hour head start on the rest of the party. So as you guys make your way back to the city itself, Pyrie, seeing as you are the first person to arrive in the city with about an hour difference, is there anything you would particularly want to do?
Liari.
Sorry, my bad, Liari. I was also setting on music.
If I walk past the Crucible and Candle, is Oraltha in?
Yeah, I would
Just
say
visually.
she's in. She seems to be working on stuff.
Cool. That was a really bad roll, Mr. DM. I see that she's in her shop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to our lodging.
Okay.
And if I left anything in the room, which I typically don't leave much anyway,
Right.
if I left anything in there, I'm grabbing it and I'm coming back to the Crucible and Candle. And I'm gonna
Oh.
try and schmooze my way into staying with Oraltha for a little bit. That's my intention here.
Okay. All right. Okay. With that hour of time, I would say Liari's probably moving pretty quickly in general. So you're able to go into the cask, grab your assorted items. It wouldn't be a whole lot, but like, you know, your pack or whatever you didn't take with you. We'll say it's like one of those short or like those bags that like, you know, officer like Navy, Army people have. That's just that big giant duffel looking thing. So you grab that and you make your way over to the Crucible and Candle, where you find Oraltha seemingly working on some stuff. Just assorted like tools and things for the most part, seeing as it's not really a big war zone currently. Let me see here. Wow.
Wow. Yeah?
She definitely notices you come in. It sees you. What is your passive? I have your actual stats. It cannot be higher than a +2 on insight, so. Are you trying to mask anything you're feeling right now?
That's what I was gonna try. Yeah, that's no, because I previously established that for some reason, well, for a lot of reasons, but I have chosen to fully put my faith in her even prior to getting physical.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of respect for her. So I'll probably be somewhere in the middle of I didn't fully mask it, but I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. But I am going with the intention of asking her for a favor instead of trying to schmooze my way in. Because obviously I grabbed my stuff. So I probably look like I'm bumming right now. So.
Okay. So then as you walk in with that description, you have your stuff slung over your shoulder. You come in with kind of like one of those forced smiles that you have definitely, you're good at putting on a show, but you're not putting on a full show for Uraltha. So as Uraltha is working on stuff, she kind of looks up and sees you, and you can see like her hair is lit up from the fire behind, and she's got that red tinge to her fire genasi skin. She takes off kind of like a mask that she's wearing that protects her face. Actually, she wouldn't have a mask. She's a fire genasi. But she puts down her tools. And as you kind of enter into the space, she takes a step around the like main center anvil and unsuredly sort of stands there for a moment, not really 100% on what she wants to do, but just it greets you with a Liari! How are you doing? How are you doing? Ah, yes, it was just really loud. That's right. That's what her voice was. Very loud.
Yeah, I don't remember either, Mr. Dia.
It was very loud. I remember she was boisterous.
She was a lot of energy for sure.
Doesn't give a shit about what other people think, and boisterous is my notes.
Yep.
So we're going with it.
Hey, it's been a few days. How's it going? Everything on your end? How did the meeting go?
Oh, the meeting went good enough. We're still working out some details on a big endeavor, and I can't be revealing anything yet, but be assured you're gonna find out about when it's ready. Elias says hi, of course. Or Elijah. Elias. That's it. I'm okay. I remember names. It's fine. Are you, going somewhere?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm having a lot of thoughts right now that are swirling around in my mind that I'm not sure how to deal with. I just know I need time. And I feel like I can't stay with the people that I was staying with prior. And then I'm gonna kind of like look at her really, really earnestly, like, and just be like, you were the first person that I met in town that I really felt like I could maybe lean on or bond with, and I was hoping I could get a place to stay for a night.
Don't worry about it. You could stay here as long as you need. Any member of the Freehold's a friend of mine and gets free lodgings here. And she takes the bag off your shoulder and like walks you. Like there's like a little stairwell in the back that leads up to some sort of overhead space. I think we have established previously that she doesn't live here. But that
okay,
being...
well, I didn't know. You didn't say one way or the other, but...
Let me check my notes real quick. Hang on. That's true. You didn't actually enter. You just said not available or whatever right now. But yeah, Uraltha will take you up the stairs, and it's like a small little living space up there.
That it's clear that she doesn't live there, though. That's just
no.
space.
We're gonna say that she does because it's simpler for my brain. She just wasn't there earlier.
Well, Yeah, okay, fair. I was gonna say, I mean, she could have been out for the day if you're talking about when the shop was closed, and if you're talking about the one time where I looked to see at night, I didn't see shit because it was dark.
Right,
so
right,
I had
right.
no confirmation. So realistically, it could go either way.
So we're gonna go with Oreltha takes you up the stairs, having your bag slung over her shoulder. And as you make your way up, you kind of see like a small space. There's like a small little table. It's got a couple of chairs. There seems to be a couple of rooms up here because the building itself is relatively big because it's a forge. And it has a lot of equipment in the downstairs area. So you have a couple of rooms upstairs, a little small kitchenette kind of thing, and a sitting area. She leads you off into one of the side rooms, which does have like, it has a desk and a bed, and it's like definitely a workspace, but also like a guest room.
Sure.
Sets down the bag on the bed and like swipes all the extra stuff that's on there, kind of swipes it, stacks it, like puts it off to the side. Like, you're welcome to stay here as long as you need.
I really appreciate that, and I'll just like put my bag down, and then I'll kind of, now I will look at her almost like, it's a type of way, but it's not like my normal like type of way. It's kind of like a, how do I say? I'm loading Riz into this, but it's more solemn and I guess a little more genuine than the surface level fuckboy stuff. And I'll just kind of turn to her and kind of maybe like place a hand on her shoulder, and I'll just make eye contact. Like, if there's anything I can do to repay your kindness ever, you just let me know.
Give me a charisma check if you're risen this up.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I don't feel great. Fair enough.
Well, that's not revealed, but yeah. Because you got private on. If
Oh,
you
is it still on?
It's still
Yeah.
private.
Can I see?
Can I see?
That's my bad. That's my bad.
We are gonna roll a private insight though. Okay. Oraltha will kind of like what's your passive insight?
19, Mr. DM.
Oh, goody. Okay. You can tell that she kind of gets what you're laying down, but has opted to understand that this particular moment is not the moment.
Valid.
And while she takes your hand on her shoulder, like she sets her hand on her shoulder over your hand, and you can feel the warmth that radiates from this fire genasi, just naturally.
Toasty hoe, for
Real toasty. Like, you don't need a space heater. This is the space heater. Right, well, I'll let you get settled, and when you're feeling a little better, we'll have... What time is it? You guys left in the morning? We'll have lunch. Dinner? We'll have dinner. Just take some time and get settled in. Anything in here, you're welcome to. And she kind of takes your hand and, like, holds it and then lets it go. Kind of steps out, closes the door behind her so you can kind of have a space. And after a minute or two, you begin to hear the clanging of the hammer from pretty much right below you.
Perfect. And then I'm in timeout, Mr. DM. I'm going to be contemplating and trying to like mentally. It's my turn to have a Joe existential crisis, I think.
Okay, you got it.
I think probably to determine that, I think I'm probably just gonna rely on rolls. I'll do periodic rolls to kind of see.
Okay.
And like high table, if the party were to, for example, find me or seek me out. And attempt to do something to like figure out what the fuck happened there. Like I'll like roll more
We'll do a
favorably,
thing.
I guess.
We'll do a thing.
Yeah. Like it'll help. I'm not trying to be unfair. I'm just trying to be like, it's hard balancing how this character is feeling and how I want to just be like a team player. I'm like, oh, now I'm the drama.
Oh, we're hitting some good conflicting roleplay situations. This is spicy. This is good stuff.
It's kind of cursed here.
So
Yeah, I'm in timeout.
So
You can
Liari
leave me be
is
now.
currently holed up at the Crucible and Candle, not inherently to the knowledge of the rest of the party. As you guys have made your way into town, the rest of you, what are you guys doing? What's your prerogative?
So, in my head, I feel like Mads would have probably spent the remainder of the trip back lecturing Pyrie about why what they did was wrong.
Oh no.
Because I feel like Pyrie, one, won't know, in like a sense of like, I don't know, like the fact that, because Pyrie's like, well, they're already dead. Like, why does it matter?
Can
And
we
I
also
feel like,
can we actually make this a bonding moment for Pyrie and Mads?
You guys could totally work this out if
Yeah.
you want too. Like,
Because I feel like if Mads was lecturing Pyrie would like, because you guys vaguely, like, your characters vaguely know about Pyrie's backstory and like how she grew up with the like previous cult kind of thing, but like not really.
Right.
Mhm.
It's all been super vague on all ends.
Right.
I
So
feel like
think
Mads
at
would
this
take
point-
this as a learning opportunity to be like, try to explain why
Yeah.
what they did was, not right. And then try to learn what Pyrie's,
Yeah, Pyrie would explain like the entirety of like how she grew up, the mindset of like things don't go to waste. You use everything, like full in depth. We just had a whole bonding ass moment. So I don't know.
do you
We
want?
can both roll to see how we feel.
we can roleplay this.
I was like,
if
you
want.
can actually do
Yeah.
that if you like, because like you guys
I
could
don't know
just.
if you wanted to just be like, yeah, it happens, ta-da, or if we want to roleplay it out.
I don't know. I did a little roleplay if y'all
So
wanna
as
take
you
it, y'all
guys are
should.
walking through the jungle, dead silence, absolutely dead silent, without any words. Eventually, after like 10 minutes of silent walking, Joe's like, "Are you guys okay?"
No, Joe, I'm not okay. We're not okay right now.
Why
And
not?
I'm gonna look at Pyrie and just be like, Pyrie, what you did was not okay. And what you have done might have hurt the integrity of this entire party. And I need you to know, and I need you to understand that just because they're a dead person, doesn't mean that just having them eaten is a good way to get rid of them or seek help in their next life.
Pyrie's gonna look really confused and be like, but you have one life.
And yeah, that's true. But sometimes, especially
And
with
there's just
humans,
done.
they like to take the body of the person, even when they're not alive, and they like to have a ceremony for it, and they like to make it a beautiful ending of their life. And so when it is not given that opportunity, it is taken from them. And in what you have just done has made it worse, because they can never get their remains back. Does this make sense?
Pyrie's gonna be a little confused and just kind of look at Mads and just be like, but they're part of the cycle of life, and they're feeding. Also, their bones are probably going to be left over because those don't exactly disappear.
Yeah, but who's to say whose bones they are once they've been emptied out of the belly of whatever that is?
Well, that goes if they're in a pit too. If they are in a pit, they could be in the ocean.
Pyrie, I
I don't wanna do
understand
things.
why you think this, but I need you to know that it's not okay. And Mads is gonna look at them with the "I'm very disappointed at you" face. Like full on parenting face.
Pyrie is just gonna be like both hurt and very confused and be like, but being but
Not everyone
wasting
wants to be a
things-
part of the cycle.
you don't get to choose. You're just part of it. That's
And
how
neither do
everything
these
works.
people, because they were forced out of their homes to Eternia to be slaves, and now even in death they don't get to choose.
But they're already dead.
Okay, Mads is done with the conversation. We're walking forward speedily, ignoring. We're pissed off.
Price would be like,
that was
"Wait,
supposed to be the moment.
what? I ask questions. I ask questions.
Mads is gonna look at Joe and you deal with it. I'm done.
No,
No way you said
No.
Mr. DM. Here you go. Have this grenade.
Joe is panicked. He is so panicked right now. If you're literally leaving Joe to do this description, he is looking incredibly panicked, very reminiscent of the anxiety that he had while in the magic shop, which you would recognize since you saw it.
Yeah. Like, okay, so, like, I don't know, headcanon, for me, too, like, I understand where Alari is, because Mads would also align that way. Especially knowing that Eternia is linked to the goddess, and the goddess is seemingly in trouble, and now this monster is a part of this.
Interesting.
So, like, Mads would feel very upset at Pyrie, and then the fact that they wouldn't get it.
We're all too dumb. It's over. The party is splitting up over our inability to communicate
Well, like,
effectively. It's so good.
She wants to communicate. Matt's just stormed up before Pyrie could say more than I don't understand. And that's left her, and now she's confused, and now Pyrie is confused and hurt because this is just reminiscent of everything else that she has dealt with in her life, and now she's just upset.
Okay, but hear me out. This is the perfect moment for the revenge, hate, makeup, sex. That's all I'm saying. I just it's,
You
I'm sorry, this is too funny. We're like struggling emotionally today, and it's so funny to me. Go on, sorry. Pop off, you got it. Oh, we got it.
So
We got this. I believe in us. We can navigate the minefield.
So as you guys
Okay, well-
are making your way up into the city, Mads has detached from the group, speedily walking away as quickly as she can, which she can walk faster than everybody, which is counterintuitive, but it is what it is.
Them little legs are pumping.
She's a
I would
little
like to note,
Sonic
in the
Hedgehog.
event that Pyrie is fully left alone and totally like cut off from the group, she will use the bone phone.
I mean, currently Joe is
God.
also being left behind by Mads.
Yeah,
but he is
Ivory's
not
just left with
qualified
Joe,
for
kind
this.
Yeah.
So,
The children were left alone. It's over.
so Joe's just
Kind
gonna
of.
look real nervous, and that's pretty much it. He doesn't high table. This is not Joe's battle to fight, guys.
Yep.
So
Oh, for
Joe
real?
will
That was
hang
so
out.
funny.
Joe will hang out with Pyrie because that's who he was left with. So whatever the party does
I feel like Joe's just
individually,
equally as confused. So it's
Joe can understand. Like Joe understands to a certain extent, like burials. Obviously, like that's a fairly normal thing. You probably don't generally dispose of people to creatures inherently in your average civilized society, and I would say that stands true in the Echoing Isles. That being said, Joe is not qualified for this, so he will not be contributing to this conversation.
Fair and valid.
Does that mean I can't interact with Joe with
No,
anything?
you can. He's just not gonna give you any like.
he's not gonna be the glue.
He
quite
can't fix
literally
the
the
party.
man in the situationship of like, if we're gonna speak stereotypically, because obviously this is not the kid, but you know how like the girlfriends were on a date and they brought the one guy, and then something happened and they were all in their period and they all just blew up and they kind of hate each other and stormed off, and the guy's just sitting there like, that's Joe right now. He's like,
You're
Okay.
welcome to have your conversation with Joe, and he will answer appropriately without being like, yeah, you do you. I will do Joe as well as I can. So Mads is stomped off and is out of earshot at this point.
Oh no. Hey, at least Mads didn't pack up, so y'all are still gonna end up bunking together. You'll talk eventually.
That's what you think.
Oh no.
Joe just kind of looks over at Pyrie and like looks back at the road as you guys are making your way. I imagine you're still walking through the fields outside the city rather than being in the city proper. But case in point.
At this point, Pyrie is just sad. She didn't get a chance to like ask questions or like talk anything out. It was just you're wrong, and so she's just upset because no one will actually let her speak at all.
Hmm. So what is Pyrie doing with those feelings?
Pyrie is slowly walking back to the city, contemplating what the hell to do.
Mhm.
But is strongly considering just leaving and using the bone phone to call what's his face?
Regulus.
I can't remember names.
Regulus
Regulus.
Gravesend.
Yeah. To be like, maybe she continues her journey separately kind of thing.
Mm. Okay.
Oh no. Now what? This is cursed.
Because Pyrie's been kicked out of places numerous times, including the place that she grew up. So, yep.
Is Pyrie portraying that sadness or like any sort of confliction that Joe might pick up on? Consider also he's relatively dense.
Yes. I would like to think that because of the race in which she is,
Mhm.
as an Eldred, she would like visibly like lose her color and become like more wintry looking, dull.
Mm.
She's not her
Aw,
springy usual self.
Okay. Come here, Joe. Come here, buddy. How are you handling this? Because you're doing it one of two ways. It's just gonna tell me which way. Okay. As you guys are walking, and you're kind of like, we'll say for all intents and purposes, because there's some Eladrin stuff. Like generally every day you're a particular season, and you roll at the beginning of the day. We have not adhered to that at all. So for this moving forward, I'll just say, yeah, it kind of changes the season depending on how you feel, because I think that sounds like a Pyrie move, honestly.
Most of the time she's I haven't like enacted either, because most of the time I think she's more of a the springy, summery type kind of
Vibrant colors and
tries to yeah. But now she is fucking depresso.
So
therefore she looks wintry.
As you get depressed, as your sorrow becomes like visual, your hair color kind of goes a bit more like maybe whiter or like a lighter brand of brunette. Your skin pales, like you look sad. And Joe, poor Joe, he does recognize that your face and movements seem sad, seem like you maybe might cry at some point, maybe he's not that so smart. And so he does his best to kind of come over and kind of like give you a little side hug as you guys are walking along the road. He's not sure what words to use, so he uses no words at all. He just gives you that side hug and kind of like keeps up with you in a like I'm here kind of way. I just don't know how to fix this.
I will appreciate that immensely. But also not say anything.
Okay.
And just be sad.
Then,
She's just sad now.
Then I'll say you guys make your way into the city together then. Joe just being supportive for Pyrie. And we will move over to Mads, as Mads has honestly zoomied ahead of Pyrie and Joe and has entered the city. I'd probably give like a 15-minute head start. You're still an hour behind Liari, of course.
Right. I would assume that like I can still see them. Like if I turn around, I can still see that they're walking towards me.
Pretty small specks out there. They're a ways away. Like,
okay.
You could wait for them, but do you want to?
I'd like to find like a small, like maybe not like an alley, but like a small little place that's still on like the same main road that they are on and currently like going forward on.
Okay.
But just be like out of the way.
So I'm gonna shuffle you guys. So if you're like this, let me move you to the locations that I imagine you to be, because I did shove everybody in the city center. But we'll say, for all intents and purposes, Joe and Pyrie have just arrived, like, into the city. And you could, if you look down this road, you'll see them just barely. But you're almost at city center at this point. Are you looking for an alley, or are you looking for a building, or are you looking for something that stands out as some place you could go and get a drink?
I guess maybe an alley. Like, I'm not looking to do anything and, like, sit down at a shop or anything. I feel like Mads just needs a second to, like, contemplate some thoughts, because I imagine, like, they'd be like, as they're speedily running away, they'd be like, okay, that was kind of embarrassing. But also, like, they're still really, really upset, and they just need to figure it out. They also want to pray to their goddess.
Yeah, making your way into the city. Like, there are your average suburban home on the left. That's that, like, more brownish home area. On your right is going to be an entire area, an entire section of the city dedicated to another god. You can see a large temple, some buildings for, members that work there. Left on the main road is going to be like a campus of some kind, with lots of small pockets of areas that are fairly private because it's like a school, university vibe, as well as a big library there. So you'd be able to find something there. If you're looking for like an alley, you just make it to city center and take a left. Like any alley there is going to do you.
Oh, okay.
So it just depends on where you want to go. Like,
just find a small alley to tuck into that's not occupied.
Boom, right there. Done deal.
Perfect.
So you tuck in and go straight for Pray to the Goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a D100, would you?
And in this particular case, I feel compelled to ask her about the situation. So just be, did we just momentally mess everything up? Kind of question.
I must consult my note real quick. Hang on. Characters. Mads.
The 37's gonna be like you roll one of those like, what are they called? The 8 balls. It's like
It's not very likely.
Dear Magic Conch, is it fucked? And it just says try again later.
Oh god.
Sorry, there's a lot of information I gotta sift through real quick. Don't mind me. Y'all enjoy this moment of peace.
It's like the calm in the eye of the storm. I'm curious how we're going to like finagle this. Cause like I know I'm basing my character's ability to process this difficult information based off of like rolls. I don't know what everybody else is doing.
Mads is also just probably going through the same thing. Just like they're difficult, like their inner dialogue of wanting to be good, and then Pyrie is like, they're good, but like they aren't good.
Yeah.
But they don't know that they're not good.
Yeah.
And
The innocent chaos.
Mads'
Yeah.
emotional ability is like a bean. Just they have no way to communicate. There's no way they were gonna communicate well.
Yeah, it's Did you see what I wrote in the chat? We are all idiots with the emotional intelligence of a peanut.
Yeah.
That's becoming a meme, by the way. I'm just busy.
Oh, is that what you're? Oh no.
Oh, that's not what I'm doing right now. That's gonna happen later. I'm just like, I have a bunch of things I'm working on in the back while all the shenanigans going because it's such good role play. And like, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's a thing. It's a thing.
It's interesting. We find ourselves in an interesting situation that is. We find ways to continue to keep you on your toes, Mr. DM.
You do so
because,
good, guys.
Nothing ever goes the way you think.
My favorite is making the big bads that Mr. DM comes up with simply disappear.
Okay, yeah, that
you do
shit's
a lot of
fucking
fun.
wild. Okay, I got my
So
vision
good.
here.
Your gameplay is cracked. Like I could never. I love the way your brain works. It's so good.
The second we had the whole remembering. Oh yeah, he can like hear our fucking thoughts. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't get to do this before with the other thing. I will do it now.
The other
time
thing
is
was
nigh.
objectively a kinder soul. Anyway, so Mads, as you make your way into an alley to just find something, just a private place. There's the bustling city around you. You kind of go a couple turns into this alley, and it's behind probably some kind of shops. It doesn't really matter to you. You're not here for them anyway. You pull out your lotus to take a look, like to kneel down, and as you pull it out, you do see wisps of this crimson color seemingly imbued into your lotus. It is not a pure white lotus. It has an occasional crimson petal now. And you continue to pray?
Yes.
We need life advice, Mr. DM. I was so
But
happy you prayed to the goddess because I was thinking that in the back of my mind. I was like, if Mads rolls high enough on a pray, the goddess can change this whole scenario.
or so we think.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Mads, you grasp that lotus in your hands and send a prayer to the goddess, asking what exactly?
Just did we make things worse by sending that monster towards Eternia?
Hmm. When you close your eyes to pray, you feel that like this feels different, and you're not sure why. Your prayers are always warm and inviting and ethereal and make you feel filled with a joy and a certainty and a just assuredness that you're trying to do better, and you are doing better because you are following the goddess. In this moment, you grasp that slightly crimsoned, yet still mostly white lotus, and pray. Please roll me a d20. You slowly feel that well of power in you. It feels like you are depleting it very, very slowly, unrelated necessarily to your prayer, but it is still something that you feel. And as you close your eyes, you see before you this vision of that creature slowly making its way along through the jungle, out of its boggy swamp, and it is covered in this red, misty miasma that you seem to feel some sort of recognition for. You feel yourself being pulled upwards in this vision, and you can see the 3 aisles. You can see the aisle where Melody Cove resides, where you are now, where you found this creature. You can see Silversong Isle, and then you can see Eternia itself. And you watch as this creature heads in the direction, before it becomes too small to make out, of Eternia. You feel a pull in your view to a different part of Eternia. Do you follow this pull?
Yes.
The pull shifts your vision, your high-up vision, from these 3 aisles at the northern end of the Echoing Isles to the aisle that you would recognize as Stone Guard. It zooms in on this, and while this is all, as you zoom in, it becomes grayscale. It is something you have seen before, although it was colorful then, but now it is gray. You see a courtroom with individuals sitting in a very high chair, seemingly having a trial of some kind, with a dark-skinned, almost a bark-skinned woman sitting restrained at the bottom of this courthouse, like as these judges look down upon her. You don't really get like the best look at everything, but you can see that this particular person has some very she has a lot of cuts and marks on her, as if she's gone through a lot, and seems to be screaming or shouting up at these judges. You're shifted. Another pull, taking you in a different direction. You follow that. This one takes you to Eternia itself. You can't quite tell where, but you find a large, gnarled orchard. It lies in a lot of disrepair, although some portions of it seem to have new works. The vast majority of the orchard is grayscale, and it comes from a vision you've seen before. But there are new portions of this that are not grayscale, that are colorful and bright, and you can see trees being fed bodies. You cannot tell who is doing this, but you do see it happening. And you see in this orchard a pair of malice-filled eyes opening from within the shadows, staring at directly where you stand, before the vision shifts you one more time. And it takes you back to that wonderful white temple you're so familiar with. You walk it forward, and you see the statue of the goddess that is always there for you. You see her reach out, but before you can take it, it zooms away once more to a new vision. A vision that is not entirely grayscale, but is instead completely colored and new to you. You see yourself on the prow of a ship. Taking a look ahead, you can see the mist-covered city, a red miasma-covered city, on the Isle of Eternia. And you are sailing straight towards it. And you take a look around. Behind you, to your side, on the rest of the ship, and there's a crew, nondescript, not important. But you do see your three companions with you. The ones you're currently having issues with. You see Liari and Pyri on either side of you, staring forwards as well, seemingly determined. Joe standing behind. And then the vision begins to fade, and you feel your mind being pulled back into this alleyway. And as you open your eyes, you see wisps of a hazy red mist sort of falling around you, and you realize that you are encompassed by these hazy red or hazy crimson wings that have extruded from your back.
Ooh.
They do you do anything with these wings?
I feel like I'd try to like stretch them out to like look at them.
Okay. You kind of stretch one of the wings forward to kind of take a closer look at it. It seems... Actually, give me an Arcana or History, I think. Well, that's really good.
Not
With-
bad, not bad.
With that arcana, these wings feel less responsive than your golden ones, and you're not even sure why you have red ones now. Like, it doesn't make sense to you. But apparently you can have 2 colors.
I'm gonna make a mental note to tell the mushroom lady this later.
With that, your visions entirely fade, and you are left in an alleyway holding a partially crimsoned flower with your crimson wings.
Wow.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Matt?
Okay. Well, I feel like that was kind of a necessary thing for Mads to see. Especially like her companions going with her to Eternia. So I think this will be the thing that'll allow Mads to be like, okay, I'll go talk to them. But I'm not gonna be happy about it. I'm gonna be grumpy. And so they'll try to like just find a spot to sit and wait for them to get to where Mads is.
Okay. So then, Mads, after your prayer, you kind of wait at this crossroads here.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the temples of a god that you're unfamiliar with, as well as what looks to be that college campus as you wait for the inevitable arrival of Pyrie and Joe. But
Yep.
Before we get there, we're going to take a break.
Break time!
Break time!
Time to pee.
Time to pee. And then we might have a roll for some panties when we come back. We'll see.
I had mac and cheese.
Then we'll have a roll. But we'll do that when we get back, so stick around, chat. We'll see y'all soon.
Sorry, Chet, the band broke up.
The band
We
broke
broke
up.
up the Beatles.
That was the quote of all time that you missed. I'm glad you brought it back.
So then who's Yoko?
Mr. DM.
Oh shit.
Because you're the one that forced us to fight something.
You didn't even fight it. You didn't even fight it. It wandered off in search of easy flesh. Anyway, hi chat. Welcome
Ruining
back.
Mr. DM's shit. It's funny.
Hoping you're having a good Monday as we break up the band.
Yeah.
As we
I hope you're as stressed as we are. Yippee.
We must navigate
Boy,
this with
howdy.
emotional bluntness.
I love that about Mads.
Emotional intelligence of peanuts, we 3. Surely, if we just like strap us all down, someone gets like the duct tape. Like Joe just sits us down with the duct tape. Is like, okay, have fun, and then he fucks off somewhere, and then we're just like, well.
No shit, that's actually a backup plan.
Oh, what a sweet boy, my sweet baby.
That'd be a last-ditch effort, like DM level last-ditch effort. Like, don't fuck up. Don't fuck up.
Don't fuck this up.
I'm not going back to the guard.
We can't go back.
We burnt it
We've
down.
come too far.
We can't go back, literally.
We burnt it down. We can't go back, literally. Oh, Shy. Oh, Mads.
True, we might have made Joe mildly homeless.
And
I mean,
yeah, he kind of deserted
Jobless.
his job too, and his country, his king. I don't know.
I mean, technically speaking, the Echoing Isles are run by, like, you could call it a council between the 3 different city-states, that is Silversong, Quillhaven, and Stoneyard.
Yeah, and we blew up one of the counts.
You sure did. So the balance of power has shifted irrevocably. Anyway, so
Morally gray. Morally gray.
there's so many things that have happened that you guys have no idea about. It's so great. Anyway,
We sure don't.
I'm so excited when this all finally starts to be revealed.
Know things. That's what got us into this mess.
So,
Just
because
say
all
it.
the mac and cheese was eaten, please take your
Yes.
roll.
Mr. DM, I'd like to roll to steal another panty.
Oh, I see the 20. I was so
Darn.
excited for you. Isla was so excited.
It was right there.
It was right there.
It was right there.
So
I've never had 2 before. I wouldn't know what to do with 2.
I mean, I'd have just imagined they just get stacked one atop the other, right? That would make sense to my brain. We
Oh,
could-
yeah. Like, literally, placement-wise, yes. But, like, me being me, I'm like, I didn't think I would make it this far. I didn't have a plan for this.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
So, coming back in, Mads, having just had a vision, is waiting at a given crossroads that Joe and Pyrie are almost inevitably going to walk through unless they specifically choose not to. And Pyrie, you are still walking with Joe and
Yep.
just vibing, no talking, as you enter the city gates and begin walking on the cobbled path towards your current abode, the Laughing Cask. So you guys
Yeah.
make your way, no talkie.
Yeah, simply sad Pyrie moments. I don't know where my thingy went. I don't know where you put me.
I put you guys where I figured you were.
Oh, okay. I looked back. I was gone.
Nope. I'm just kind of like moving you guys as a duo here.
Yeah.
I would say you would easily be able to have picked up that Mads is kind of waiting fairly obviously for you guys.
Hmm.
And with that in
Yeah.
mind, depending on how you
I
will
imagine I'm
approach.
just like sitting at a table, just like staring at them, and you can like feel my stares, you know.
Sturge.
Simply Sturge. I'm not gonna lie, that would probably freak Pyrie out a tiny bit.
Joe's gonna lean over. Do you see Mads? She
Pyrie's just gonna nod.
She looks kind of angry.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what to do about that.
I'm gonna motion for them to come towards me, and like kind of like nod towards the chairs.
nonverbal, sit your ass down.
I imagine they're too far away still. I
Yeah.
don't really know. So I feel like it would just be like if I see them looking at me, have them come towards me.
Mm. Unless said otherwise, I assume you guys will make your way towards Mads.
Yeah. there's not Pirate's gonna be like can't avoid it kind of thing. Just
So-
go with it.
Mads, you're sitting at a little table. Are you at like a little cafe, or are you just sitting at somebody's table in like their like porch?
I imagine I'm probably at like a cafe. I'm probably not trespassing.
Okay,
Probably not.
we'll call it.
I'm probably sitting in a cafe.
We'll call it a small cafe here. This one's much less busy. It's much further from the city center, and so there's not a lot of people here. As they approach, you kind of give the head nod for them to sit down. And Joe immediately, like, kind of looks between Pyrie and Mads and, like, takes a seat. Not across from Mads, but just sits, like, not in between, but, you know, like that third wheel seat.
Yeah.
Once they like sit down, I'm just gonna like let it like be silent for a second, and then just. I'm sorry I stormed off and didn't let you finish. I feel that I should give you the opportunity to explain yourself. And I'll do my best to not be judgmental.
Pyrie's gonna look at her and just be like, kind of, she's sad. She's been sad. She's been sad this whole time. So she looks very wintry, very like, you know when like
White and
brunette
gray.
hair gets, well, kind of just like, but you know when like brunette hair gets like, instead of it being like warm tones, it gets like those cooler ashier tones to them and stuff. Like even like her little antlers and stuff have gone kind of, instead of green, vibrant greens and stuff that she's had, they're kind of all like cool and gray toned and stuff. And she's just gonna kind of look at Mads and just be like, Can I tell you why I think it's fine?
Yes.
At this point, Irish gonna be like, she's far quieter than normal, instead of like the bubbly self, and she's gonna start talking about like the area in which she grew up, Mount Maiden. Can't say it without giggling every time.
Yes, you can. I believe. We spent so long thinking up the like horny adjacent names. You can do it.
The horny
I know,
adjacent
but it's
names.
just so funny though. Considering who Pyrie is as a person, it's just funny.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if I should like.
Go for RP. It's always better.
So when I was younger and when I grew up, I was taught that you use everything. There is no waste. You utilize everything just as nature would, and that it's like it's part of everything. It's part of nature itself. So when people die, instead of just burying them, we reused everything. And by everything, I mean we would, just as you would use a dead animal as fertilizer for stuff, we use dead anyone as fertilizer for stuff. And that was the town area and that I grew up in, where that's what they did. That's what we always did. You die, you become part of the vegetation, become part of everything else. And that's how we have the trees, and that's how we have my fruit. And you're supposed to use everything and not be wasteful of anything, because it's all part of the same circle. And that's how that's just how it is. And like monsters and stuff can be very wasteful. When they would kill people, they would just leave everything. We would even take old armor and stuff. They used to take old armor and reshine it and make it all pretty again, and reuse things up until they literally were falling apart. And I did the same thing in the forest that I grew up in. And the succubi that raised me did the same things. They didn't let their prey they didn't let their prey go to waste either. Anyone that came up there that they utilized stuff, if they ended up dying, then they would become a part of the trees and stuff all over again. It's just how it is. Everything needs to be reused and recycled. I've been taught this for over 200 years.
So, when you die, do you also get put into that same cycle?
Yeah.
Mads is gonna be very pondering of this because, like, that's very different than like what they know of.
You nourish the people who are still growing and living, and the cycle continues.
And Mads will think about it for a second and be like, I get why you do that. It's just so different than what I am used to. And
your stuff is different to me.
It seems so beautiful, but also very kind of disregarding. I don't know.
Well, what we would do is, if for the village that was nearby, they would take, obviously, their own people if they died and put them into everything. Granted, as long as they lived a good life and they weren't shitty people, because if you're a shitty person, it doesn't equal good output. But adventurers and stuff would go in and try and like slay monsters and everything, and they would die. And instead of leaving them there, they would go in and they would clean up the forest of any potentially dead bodies and stuff, bring them back, and they didn't know where people were from. It's not like you can ship a body. And then they would just reuse them. There's a whole placard that has their names and stuff written. That's what they do, and then they reutilize them. And they become, for the next people, nourishment.
Mads is gonna think about that for a minute. But then I want to ask a question, but like, I don't know if you'd be able to answer this. You probably would be able to. I'm just gonna ask it. If it doesn't apply, then we'll just ignore it. Mads is gonna recall back to one of their previous instances of remembering a vision that they had from praying, where they were in a grove that had trees that were all dead or dead looking, but they had like faces on them.
Mm-hmm.
And Mads is gonna bring up that description and ask if that matches any of Pyrie's trees.
Pyrie's just gonna be like, well, yeah, they're. She's gonna pull out one of her like full dried fruits, not like one of the bits, and be like, it's kind of dried, but the essence of whoever fertilizes it is in there. That's why they're human. That's why they have faces on them.
That's why they have faces on them. Pyrie, if my vision is what I think it is, then there's a grove on Eternity. And I can almost guarantee it. Eternia, yeah.
Neither of us can remember the name of
Y'all are
this
doing
place.
so good.
I can't remember shit.
26 episodes later, not a clue.
If I remember, and if this is correct, Eternia does have a grove, and it's... When I saw it in my vision, it was... all the trees were brittle and didn't have any fruit or leaves even, but I remember seeing the faces of the many, many trees that were there.
I wonder if they just weren't taken care of properly.
I have a theory that Eternia at one point was a thriving place, but something's happened to it, causing, corruption with the land and the plants and the people there. But we don't know because we haven't been there.
We can go there, though. Let's work.
Well, unfortunately, there's no way we can go there without Larry. Larry is a very vital part of our team. And I don't feel like we would be able to make it there, just the three of us.
Iry's going to look at her, like, sad-faced, and then teary-eyed, and just be like, but Larry hates me now!
It's like, okay, so, like, you're sitting across from me. Is your hand out in any way? Like...
I imagine her hands are just, like, on the table. She's probably been, like, hugging Hambone this entire time.
I'm gonna make an attempt to, like, reach
animal.
over and, like, kind of tap the top of your hands, like, in a comforting way.
This is a full stand for
The questioning
Mads.
is discomforting. Oh my god.
And then I don't know where she went or if she's even here still, but I think we need to find her and we need to talk with her. And hopefully, if she gives you the same amount of time and space to talk about your own beliefs and she can talk about hers, maybe we can come to some sort of resolution.
She's going to be full snot face and just be like, okay.
And I'm going to look at her, but Pyria, I need you to come to a sense of knowledge, knowing that not everyone thinks like you have for the last 100+ years. And you might have to apologize for what you did. Even if you don't think you're wrong.
Okay. I can try.
Perfect. Well, we need to find an elf. And quickly, before she gets too far away.
So, with that, you guys begin going somewhere?
Larry searching?
I imagine it fades to us trying to think about where Larry could possibly have gone in the city.
Might I offer a narrative?
Yes.
Because y'all haven't gone back to the inn yet, so whatever you do with that information, but I recall back to a time when Joseph suddenly disappeared and we all attempted to roll the find, and Mads did a find, so...
True.
perhaps checking the inn or somewhere abouts where you would know I have been recently, potentially.
Well,
as in this
okay.
one.
Headcanon, I feel like between the two of us and our characters, we would both be like women. And think of all the women you've been with.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yep.
that's so fair too. I just was offering a place to start maybe because a blind search might be, but I didn't hide that far away, really.
I'd
I didn't
say
go anywhere. So
if
you
you
could also
guys-
just be like women.
if
It'll
you guys went to the inn and perhaps she wasn't there, you check the room, her stuff is gone. That would be the headcanon. Yeah, obviously, first place you're gonna go is probably one of her many
The squeeze, yeah.
one of her many squeezes. That being said, who are her squeezes here?
Who's to say?
Any woman we know that she's come in contact with?
Mushroom Lady?
there hasn't been many.
would-
There was realistically the only people I boned was that three-way that one night.
Oh yeah.
They said
And,
three-way
yeah,
for a
I like
second,
some
and I was
groundwork.
really confused.
Huh?
I thought you said
You don't remember the
throughway?
tricycle?
I do, but I thought you said throughway at first, and I'm like, the fuck?
The
I
throughway.
missed.
Yeah. Me and my throughway.
Well, let's do this because I imagine your party would probably end up heading to the Crucible, being the only location in the whole city with a character that headcanon matches something Liari would pursue. While you're doing that search, is there anything that Liari is doing other than private roles and secret stuff?
That would depend on how much time passes, Mr. DM, because I imagine the calm down cycle would take at least an hour. And then Oraltha said we were going to do dinner. So if it's dinner time, then I'm spending that time with her and trying to like bond
Well,
further.
let me think here. You guys left in the morning to head to the place.
Yeah.
It was probably like 10 or so by the time you actually got out there. It's a couple hours. You probably got to the monster around 1. It probably took a couple hours to get back. So it's probably like 4 plus the hour head start for you. And let's call it an hour conversation for Ivory and Mads. Let's call it 5 o'clock. So the sun is heading down. If that's the case, I mean, it really just depends. We can do some rolls to see if they do manage to find you before you leave for dinner, if that's what we'd like to do.
Yeah, I don't mind the timing either way, whether I get more Oraltha bonding time first or I don't know, maybe they run into Oraltha while she's working and they might RP that out like, hey, did you hit that?
All right.
I don't know.
You
I don't know what they're
found
gonna
our
do. but-
horny one yet?
Just-
So let's go with Mads and Pyrie. What's the first place you're gonna look for missing Liari?
Well, the hotel room first.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that in place, you guys would easily be able to discern that anything Liari related is gone. She's not touched your stuff, but her stuff is gone. With that, you could probably headcanon that she's at Oraltha's. So what I'll have everybody do, Pyre and Mads, go ahead and roll a d20 each, and I'm going to average that roll. And Liari, please roll a d20. And that'll be the higher number between the two parties is what happens first. So either Mads and Pyre get to the Crucible before you leave.
Oh, it's dinner time, baby.
Rosemary.
Not them. Oh, that's interesting.
Well, it defaults, unfortunately.
Also, not them combined being my roll. Why did I roll high this one time? That's so funny.
There you go. I fixed you so you can now roll your nat d20 again. And it won't confuse my brain.
Yeah, I don't know why it rolled that.
You have to right-click on your little player menu in the bottom left, and then you can select what character you're rolling it, like your default. That's all it is. With your average here, Pyrie and Mads, by the time that you do discern, Crucible and Candle, obviously you head that direction. Liari, you have already left at that point with Oraltha, wherever you're going to find your dinner. I will say, for the purposes of the situation, you can RP with Oraltha. It's gonna be the same deal as Joe, where there's not really gonna be like, they're not gonna provide you with that solution necessarily.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
Like I said, the time that I would be spending with Oraltha is more for Oraltha bonus points, working towards, because my mood has since stabilized. So I'd probably be back in a sort of like... I want to clear my head so that I can think betterer. Wink wonk.
wink wonk.
Is that what they call it?
Wink wonking? Yeah, that's what all the kids are calling it
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
Man.
Ghost nut clarity? I don't know.
All right, we'll say you've headed off to dinner. Pyrie and Mads, you guys arrive at the Crucible, which is closed for the evening, with no sign of Oraltha or Liari in the vicinity. With that
Mads
in
is
mind,
gonna plop their butt down.
that was my next question. Yep. Okay.
Aw, I'm being awaited upon.
Pyrie,
In
I
my
assume
head,
is hanging.
Huh?
You're also waiting as well, presumably.
Yeah, Pyrie is gonna wait, but also Pyrie is mildly panicky because she's just like in her head, like, she's gone. She took all of her stuff.
Did you guys bring
Did she
Joe with
still-
you?
Yes.
Okay.
Obviously, he's with us everywhere we go.
Yeah, I know, but I gotta ask sometimes. It'll keep you on your toes.
Imagine
Mads,
he just walks off and then we have a different problem. We rebond over needing to find our son.
Mads, you said something in your head.
Oh, I said, in Mad's head, they think that this is the next step to finding Ilari, so they're just gonna camp there, even if it's like hours until someone comes back.
Okay. So then I will say, for all intents and purposes, this party hangs out here for, I'd say you guys have a pretty leisurely dinner. You enjoy, a drink or two, sitting around, just chatting. Very like, you're just enjoying your time with Oraltha. And it's going really well. Go ahead and give me a charisma check. I need a Riz roll here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling better.
Yeah, you
That-
feel better. Oraltha's enjoying company. Like, you guys are having a good time. You eventually leave the restaurant and begin making your way back to the Crucible, where you're, staying for the evening, as well as where Oraltha lives. Everybody give me a perception check to see who notices who first.
Oh,
Can I say
Hmm?
that? Wait, is this them coming back?
Liari and
Yeah.
Oraltha are making their way back. This roll is to see who sees each other first.
Okay, I know that her perception is really high,
Mm-hmm.
and I ask for a disadvantage on this because she is not.
You can choose
Here.
to fail. Like, you don't have to roll. You can choose to
Cool.
not
I
see.
choose to fail
Okay.
and not notice she is gripping ham bone and not paying attention because she thinks that Larry's just fucking gone.
Hmm. So I would say at this point, it's probably about 8 p.m. The sun has set. The street lamps have been lit. And out of the darkness in the distance. Mads, your ears pick up that particular laugh that Liari does. And you manage to pinpoint generally their location as you see Liari and Oraltha kind of making their way through the street lamps. You pick them out of a couple other sets of people wandering, like walking around in the evening, as they make their way back towards the shop that you're sitting on. Sitting at, I should say. You probably have like a good 30-second lead on them seeing you in case you wanted to do something prior.
I think I'll just kind of look over at Pyrie and just make sure she's still there. Hasn't like ran off and panicked or anything.
Okay. Pyrie is just very sad.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Joe would give you a reassuring like hand on the shoulder. Yeah, no. Liari, as you are enjoying your time with Oraltha, you look up at the Crucible and see your friends as they are sitting outside the shop awaiting your return, perhaps. They seem to have noticed you, or at least Mads does. Pyrie is not looking at you at all and is instead staring very intently down at Hambone. Well, these spicy hidden rolls, man.
Well, I have to do a quick process on that one, right? Because I have what I've processed so far, and then suddenly seeing them there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be mostly confused here in this situation, and a little guarded, I think, is how I'm going to put that, and just be like, did you guys need something from the blacksmith?
We came to see if he had any idea where you might have ran off to. But seems that problem is no more.
You came looking for me?
Yeah, I think, well, I would like if you would give us the opportunity to have a conversation. Not to intrude on your date, though. I'll make a apologetic face towards the blacksmith lady.
That's new. You hate my side pieces. Dude, my insight's so high that, like, me noticing that is that's very different. So I'm taking that into consideration now, and I'm like, I'll look at Oraltha and I'll just say, I'm gonna take a few minutes with them and then I'll meet you inside, if that's okay.
Oraltha will just kind of look between the group, be like, Of course, that's absolutely fine. I'll be inside. Let me know if you need anything. And she's gonna unlock her door and kind of like give you guys a little head nod as she heads inside, closes the door behind her, and you now have the privacy of the street.
The privacy of the street. We are publicly gonna duke it out. Yeah, so I'll just kind of walk over, still standing a bit a ways away from them, though, and just gonna say, so what did you want to talk about?
Well, obviously this morning did not go as anyone planned, and there was a lot of things left unsaid that I think need to be said, particularly on Pyrie and your ends. And even if it's not something you necessarily want to talk about it, I would like to hear what you're thinking.
I'm just worried that if I hear more of what Pyrie has to say, I'm gonna have more to work through. I've been thinking about a lot the last few hours. I don't know. What? I'm really confused. I thought we were all on the same team. I thought we were working towards trying to free the slaves and try to take down the Yuan-Ti over on Eternia. Like, I thought we were all on the same page. I'm really confused.
Yeah, I think we all are. I think we need to actually just figure out what we're doing as a party. Because we haven't. I'm gonna nudge Pyrie with my foot or something. Say something.
Pyrie's just gonna kind of look at Larry and just be like, didn't say I wasn't trying to help you. I don't think what I did was against what you're trying to do. Because I sent it on a blind hunt for something that's probably maybe not there. And thought maybe someone else could deal with it, seeing as everyone was terrified.
I guess I get you lying. I didn't know you were lying, but I can understand that. I'm just worried because you still sent it to the island where we know everyone's being taken. Like, what are they gonna deal with it now because we were too scared to? Like, why would we just make it their problem? What are we supposed to do?
Well, we know people are being taken there, and they're doing something, and no one comes back. But the island more than likely is heavily guarded, considering everything that we know. So, like, a monster isn't just gonna be able to roll up and do whatever it wants to. So, the Yuan-Ti are gonna have to more than likely fight it, and potentially in the process, it then takes care of some of them for us, and potentially dies at the same time. 2 birds, 1 stone. Or it could die on the way there. There still is that other snake thing that's out there in the ocean.
I guess I get what you were trying to do. I don't know if that's exactly how that's going to work out. I'm really worried. We already burned down the last place we were at, and we left all those people there just to... We don't even know what happened to them. All those people, we just burned it down and we left, and they're probably being taken to the island, and then we just sent a monster. Like, I hear that you were trying to... 2 birds, 1 stone it. I'm scared. I'm worried. I don't understand. I
was just gonna kind of look at Larry and just be like, in all fairness, I was a dog. I had nothing to do with the burning.
I'm gonna look at the party collective and I think we can all agree that from here on out we will not be repeating this scenario. We're not sending any monsters to Eternia.
There's
No,
already plenty of monsters to deal with there as it is. I don't want to make our future job any harder than it needs to be.
I'm gonna specifically look at Pyrie. Pyrie, is this agreeable to you?
Yeah.
Even if you think it's for the greater good, we can agree to not do this.
Won't send any more monsters to Eternia.
Thank you, my dear.
I'm gonna look between them because that's very different. That's I'd like to suss out their body language to see what changed there if I can, Mr. DM, with my insanely high insight.
You got a passive 19 insight.
Yeah.
So whatever
Uh-huh.
Mads and Pyre think you would notice is what you would notice, honestly.
Yeah. Anyone wants to feed me some of that?
I had a really good conversation with Pyrie about how they grew up and their beliefs. And I think that gave me a bit more insight on how Pyrie thinks. And I think that's very valuable. And we can at least understand each other in a more positive way.
That's what your body language is telling me, or are you actively saying this out
No,
loud?
I'm saying this out loud.
Thing to pick up. Okay, because I was like, I'm extrapolating. I'm in the
You got
Matrix.
hella perception.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Whoa.
Whoa. No, I'm saying this verbally to you. And I also like to tell him, like, I prayed to the goddess, like, right before I had my chat with Pyrie, and in one of the many things I saw in the vision, there was me, Joe, Pyrie, and Layari, and we were all sailing together towards Eternia, I can presume, on a ship with many others. But I feel that the goddess is trying to tell me that this party needs to stay together, and we need to work through whatever this issue is so we can help each other and everyone else.
I can't abandon them again. We have to save them this time. I can't keep letting people get hurt when I know that I could probably do something about it. And I can't let the monsters eat the bodies either.
I think Pyre's gonna mildly, like, the tiniest, ittiest bit of a grumbly noise.
Grumbly in what way?
Just be like, because actions thus far of the party being stole a man, burned a city, abandoned the city, made a cult,
Tied up a guy in a bathtub.
and true, tied up a man in a bathtub.
He was fine when I left him.
Two party members have actively tortured to death people.
Yeah.
You have also actively
I've had.
tortured people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then,
I don't regret that.
and like, Mads didn't get a talking to when she burned an entire city to the ground. So like, Iry's just a little, like, she's still sad at things, but she's just a little grumbly. Of just like, I think I'm the only one who gets so like talked down to.
Are you gonna bring it up? Because now's the time to bring it up. If we're airing the dirty laundry, now is the time.
It has started to rain, and you all take shelter underneath the awning of the
I noticed
crucible.
that. because I have rain trauma in like media like this. Like rain always brings bullshit, so this is perfect. I was like, oh no. Oh good, awning time.
Awning time?
Awning time. Okay, Mad said that y'all bonded, so I think Liari's vulnerable right now and is going to choose to be forthright, and so she is salty that y'all had a bonding moment again without her because she has felt so left out of it this whole time. So she's just gonna be like, what was that noise?
She runs off every time. Usually to fuck. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
What? You know why she does that? Because she gets turned down every time. I brought you a plant! And y'all said that plant's mid.
Oh my
It's a
god.
plant. And like we know why Pyre's plant is important to Pyre, but like he didn't share anything else. He went, haha, plant.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
God.
a nice plant. And we went,
Oh
and
my
you went, no, you're supposed to know these things.
I did not. But if that's what you took from that, fine. That is absolutely not what happened. But fair enough. I'm not gonna stew on it because it doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, Liari started fucking other people in response to things that have happened. It didn't start that way. Okay, so anyway, back to the
Not one of
idea
your
behind
bitches
how
calling.
That's them. Right?
Damn.
Yeah, God forbid people in this house need to be medicated. My bad.
That's
That was so fucking funny, dude. I can't believe it. Oh my god. Holy shit.
The timing was immaculate.
Bruh. Okay, anyway, back to the idea behind Liari's salty that y'all have bonding time. So she is going to be forthcoming here, and she's not going to be the tsundere that we've all been this whole damn time. And she's just like the caps off, and she's just be like, so y'all had another talk without me then, huh? I'm glad that
Well,
you guys kind of figured that out.
you did kind of run off, but
Yeah, I needed
would like-
time to think about stuff, because it's hard to hear that like slaves' lives just don't have the same meaning, you know, like I don't understand how we can just give up on them. It like what are you gonna give up on me too? I don't. So far, I don't mean anything to any of you. This is the first time that y'all have ever like come to talk
Pyre's
to me
going to
like,
be
at all.
visibly confused at this entire thing, and then look at Maz and be like, huh? Be like, what?
I don't think Pari was trying to abandon anyone. I think they were just trying to help us in their weird way. Although it worked and it was very helpful for us not having to fight it, I don't think that's their intention.
Pyre's just gonna be shaking her head, be like,
We're all on the same page. We want to help the slaves.
But you heard the same thing I did, right? She feeds the bodies to the trees and has these, like, people fruits? Like, you heard that, right?
During one of my previous praise to the goddess, I had a vision of those trees, and I never quite understood what they were, because they were very, very strange looking to me, and I couldn't quite place them because I'd never seen them. But through her talking about it, I was able to recognize that that was potentially Eternia, and that the grove that she's been looking for so long could potentially be there. And although I can disagree and I understand that it's not okay in our brains, it's different for Pyrie, but it's not malicious. And this time I'm gonna actually kick Pyrie. Like, you need to start talking. I'm not...
Pyrie's just gonna be like, it's not like killing people for the trees. It's reusing every part, like everyone returns to the trees. You don't let it go to waste, and it nourishes the fruit that it feeds the next generation.
Talk about the trees in remembrance.
Oh, in the who?
Trees, remembrance, faces.
Oh, right. The trees, whoever is used as fertilizer for that tree, or for the fruits, their faces become the fruit. Even if it's just like a vague like essence of them, it's them on there. So like they're still living on as part of the trees and stuff, and feeding the next generations and stuff. They don't disappear.
So you're a cannibal.
I'm not eating the dead bodies. Eating the fruit from the
That
tree.
Looks
That is
like
nourished.
the people.
It can.
Like, Liari's gears are grinding. She's like, because this is like how Pyrie has looked at her from the beginning, right? Which is just like, she says the most insane shit so matter-of-factly and so innocently that it's like, she's just so confused. She's like, not a cannibal, but you feed the people to the trees look like the people, and then you eat the fruits from the trees that look like the people, but not a cannibal. She's like doing this like mental math, but she's also stupid. So she's like,
And it's just gonna be like, yeah, like if you die, you become part of the grove, essentially. That's how it always has been and how I was raised. Everything is recycled. Every piece is used.
Liari's kind of like hearing this and taking it in, and they had already kind of talked about how like Liari understands like animal waste and wanting to use every part of the animal when they went to the Ivory Maw earlier that morning to get the job. And Pyrie was talking about it, and Liari was like, I get it, but we can't touch other people's stuff. So that's still kind of like her stance, is like, she kind of understands the mindset around wanting to use everything and not waste it, but the idea, it still feels like eating people, so she's probably never gonna eat one of the people fruits. That's probably where she's gonna stand on that, but I think what she'll say out loud here is like, so you're not actively forcing people to feed the trees. That is something they willingly sign up for.
Not like I'm forcing anyone to do anything. You're dead. That's really it. You're already dead. Not killing for the tree. It just...
But they understood that that's what their body was going to be used for before they died.
Most of them, yeah. For the adventurers that just die in the forest and stuff, for fighting monsters and that have anything for it, then they just became part of our cycle. And their names were recorded, but that's about it. We would retrieve their bodies from the forest and from the monster town, and then go from there. No one claims the body. We include them in the cycle.
Okay, just as long as you're not forcing people or stealing people or enslaving people. I don't think I want to eat your people fruits.
Although sometimes I use it as a threat when I'm torturing because that's just funny.
Can I tell if you're making a joke?
I mean, she's serious, but she thinks it's funny. Because bad people make bad fertilizer and ruins and destroys the crops and the trees. So if you are a bad person, if you're a bad person, if you lived an awful life, you will not make good fertilizer at all because you will ruin the trees because your, emotions, feelings, etc., are encapsulated in the fruit. So if you are a shit person, like a mass murderer, for example, you don't get included in that. You are the actual waste.
Does Pyrie say this? Because
Yes.
we know this high table, but Pyrie was saying that?
Pyrie's explaining every minute detail now at this point if she doesn't get a reaction from anything that she says. She feels she needs to over-explain now.
So Liari's gonna latch on to the part that shit people are treated like shit, and then that's gonna be one of the few common grounds that she's found throughout this entire conversation, and she's just gonna cling onto that for dear life, and she's just be like,
Shit's more useful than shit people.
preach. So true. But okay. You know what? That's a sentiment that I can get behind. I don't fully get it, but like I said, as long as you're not forcing people to do it, and I mean, you know me and bad people, they're worse than garbage. So I get it. I'm down for that. Yeah, I can't. I will show no mercy to people who have ever treated others like they were less than, whether they have enslaved them or trafficked them or anything. Like I can't. They're just awful. I can never. So they need to. They deserve everything that they get, and I will hand it to them personally. But if you guys are really, if everything that you said is truthful, and you say that we're on the same side and we want the same thing, then I think we can still make this work. And I'll kind of like offer a smile, I guess.
Mads is gonna deep sigh of relief, like, ugh.
She's gonna perk up ever so slightly. And just be like, and then just kind of like look at Mads and be like, she doesn't hate me?
I think we're in the clear for now. But I think you do owe her an apology.
I was just gonna kind of look at Larry and just be like, sorry.
I'm just glad that we understand each other a little bit better now and where we're coming from. Because I don't know. It's been difficult to be able to talk sometimes, and so I'm glad we can have this understanding. I'll accept your apology, Pyrie. Thank you. And I don't know, I'll open up like the body language, like I'd be open for a hug, but this party's not been very affectionate up until this point, so it's not like a forceful like come here. It's more like a questioning, like I don't know where we're at here.
Mads will like give like the awkward side hug, but they're like very happy that they no longer have to be the mediator.
Pyrie's gonna hold out Hambone for Larry to hug.
I will hesitantly pet the leaf undead pig.
Which will make it Pyrie very happy.
Joe waits a little bit too long. And like eventually waiting for the other two to move, and they really don't move too much, goes over to give a full hug.
That's cute.
No.
Does anybody else have anything they want to bring to the table? Any other baggage? Anything else that hasn't quite sat right?
I'm gonna pull out my lotus. This is turning red. I'm not sure why. I also sprouted some red wings earlier.
You're a red chicken now?
Yes.
Do you think we need to be worried about that? Or...
I have a theory about Eternia being corrupted by something. And that's what's causing the issues with the grove not growing. And maybe a cause of this new power that I have. And why I can't seem to get clear answers from the goddess. And why my lotus is turning red. But of course I'm not in Eternia, so I don't know if this is actually true.
It really all does seem to be connected, doesn't it?
We're all seeming to play a part in each other's stories.
Well, maybe that won't be so bad.
Oh. The opera. Now what?
I feel the need to. I asked Oraltha for a favor, and I feel the need to pay her back. But if everyone's okay with it, maybe I can move back in starting tomorrow. I did kind of just pack up and go without saying anything because I needed space, but...
I'm gonna do the comfort pat on top of the hand thing and be like, I would like that.
Wow. Liari's gonna kind of like get a little pat back in herself and she'll be like, see, you guys do like me, huh? You were just playing a little hard to get, but you guys actually like me.
And you ruined it. No, I'll nudge you in a joking way.
Listen, it's okay. You don't have to say anything. I get it. I understand how it works now. All right. Then I'll see you guys in the morning, huh?
See you in the morning.
Larry,
Yeah.
you think you could ask her for one more favor?
I could try.
You think she knows any horse dealers in the area?
That's an interesting question, Pyrie. Why do you ask?
So, listen, I need money. I'm out of money. I have I think it's 4 gold. I have some coins left, but that's about it. I spent everything on armor stuff and getting that snake skin, but obviously that went up in flames.
Yeah, and we did just kind of fuck up that hunting job a little bit. I don't know if they'll give us credit. While the problem is solved, we have no proof that the problem is solved, so I don't know if we're gonna get paid for that. We can try. Listen, I can try and pull some strings. I'm pretty persuasive.
Maybe we can save the things sunk to the bottom of the bar.
Yeah, we can just
Anyways.
say we couldn't retrieve it.
And, but also, I was thinking, hear me out. Find a shitty horse dealer. You could sell me as a horse for the racetrack. And then when I'm sold, I turn back and then I come back. Or I
So you
lose
wanna-
just so that way they want to get rid of me, and you guys can also bet against me that I'm going to lose, and then we make out even more.
So you want to game the system and scam
Yeah,
them.
that's what gambling's about, right?
You know, sometimes it is. I'll ask. You know, I'll ask, and we'll see. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll let you know. Very good night, guys. Unless anyone else has another wild ask, I'm going in.
Matt is emotionally and physically spent there. You got nothing.
Perfect. In I go.
Finally talk. Good time. That was so long. It was so good. High table golf claps. That was
Oh my
beautiful,
God.
everybody.
Yippee!
The fucking
Oh,
traumatic episode of all time.
truly.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to clean my glasses on that one. Because my whole
Anyways,
thing is like, I feel what my character's feeling when I'm doing the thing. So like, I was unironically just like crying through that, even though logically I know I'm not upset. I was like, dude, Liari's fucking going through it, man. I can't see.
Aw. I can't see.
Can you
I
see
can't
it?
see.
That's beautiful.
It's like full commit, but I don't have a choice. It's fun. I love trauma.
I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm proud of you guys. Mads carried. Let's
Oh.
go.
I didn't think I was gonna be the emotionally mature one in this situation.
Yeah. You being a pious, God-fearing cleric really did something for us there, I think. That's awesome.
Yep.
Wowie wow. I was kind of surprised that Mads didn't say anything when Liari was kind of jabbing at the people with the bad backgrounds. I thought we were gonna like try to get into that too so we could work that out, but that's okay.
We just dished it out so much. I was like, I don't know if I want to go into.
Now's not the time. It's okay. We'll fist fight it out later or something. I don't know.
Don't-
That seems more our style. That's fine.
I don't want to ruin the moment with my baggage. Like,
That's the thing about baggage. It always comes up at some point, right?
it did
Hee
do.
hee ha.
It's almost like the DM made that happen.
I didn't make this
Oh,
shit
yeah.
happen. This was all you guys, and it was great.
Oh yeah, no, we
This
just
was caused by
decided
the
to
fact
make
that
it
I fucking derailed the entire fight, Mr. DM had
25
planned.
persuasion to be
Sure.
like, nah, go here. There's so much free food, and it's like, okay.
Mhm.
a surprise to us all. Truly. I love
Literally.
D&D, man.
I really thought we were gonna be in combat for like 4 hours today. This went
Instead,
way
we were
different
in
than
the
I
national
imagined.
turmoil for
That's why I was originally thinking, and I had plans in the event that my negotiations went awry. But like, I also didn't plan on negotiating until I remembered in session. Oh yeah, it's sentient,
Oh.
and that I could talk to it. And I was like, wait a minute.
Not to derail where we're at, but like, I literally kept doing rolls about if it's over a 5, it's just gonna, or if it's under a 5, it's just gonna attack or whatever. Like, it kept getting lowered in the DC, and it kept being entertained by the fact that you were like talking to it. And then it got real interested when you started talking about people fruit.
food. Yeah.
And it was like, all right, I gotta know what this is about. And then it spiraled. So good.
Absolute chaos. How do you want to rein it back in, Mr. DM?
I don't even fucking know, guys. Okay, so Liara, you make your way into the Crucible as your party, Ivory, Mads, and Joe make their way through the rainy streets back to the Laughing Cask. I would say that this event probably spanned at least an hour.
Yeah.
So I will say it is 9+ at this point. The Laughing Cask is full and busy. This is like prime time or just after prime time for a work week. So it is loud and busy. We'll go with Liari first here as your party makes their way to the Laughing Cask. So Liari, you make your way inside, lock the door. Is there anything you do in particular when you enter the building, or do you just head up?
I don't know. You already had me lock the door. My
Oh,
objective at this point is to touch base with Oraltha because last I checked we were having a good time and I need to kind of update her that I was able to work things out with my party and that I'll just be staying the one night, but I will like turn on the Riz and be like, so I guess I'm gonna have to pay you back all at once type dealio, wink wonk, and then try to smash that.
Oh my god.
What do you mean, oh my god?
I love that. That's great.
Yeah, I'm doing my best.
So I'll say you make your way up the stairs. Araltha's kind of like busying themselves for no particular reason. Like, they're not really even doing anything. They're just doing things to do things while they wait. And as they notice you approach, they're gonna stop. They're gonna like put down the rag they're using to clean their counters or whatever, and turn to you. So, all's resolved, or?
Yeah, there was a really interesting misunderstanding today is how, you know, how it goes, and we were able to talk it out and we know what the plan is moving forward. So I think I will be going back to my party tomorrow.
Oh, that's great. That's great to hear. You're staying here tonight, though.
Yeah.
Great, you could help me with something. And she's gonna grab your hand and immediately, like, bring you into a room. That's it.
Holy fuck.
Roll your die.
Oh my god. I didn't even have to put in the work.
Nope.
Let's go. Anyway.
Give me or actually, this would be performance, and it's really just to see if you get a nat 20 or not. You or not performance. I'm sorry, not performance. Acrobatics.
Oh, it was damn close. Also, I'd like to roll to steal her panties as per normal.
As per norm.
Like when not looking.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, why did that move to a anyway?
Oh no, I'm revealing them for you.
Oh, thank you. I forgot. That's my bad. That's my bad.
Yeah. So you have an
fire,
excellent time. It is fiery and spicy and
Sorry.
pun-tensionally hot.
Yeah. So true.
And you are successfully able to steal the panties. And we leave that in a fade to black. So the rest of the party has made its way back to the Laughing Cast. It is still busy. You get your now regular table at this point, and you presumably procure foods or drink. Is there anything in particular out of perhaps the ordinary end of day normality, such as food or prep for bed, that you would do?
Mads wants to try and pray again.
Okay. Are you doing it in the tavern? Are you going up to the room for privacy? Where are you doing it?
Probably like at the end of after dinner, like when they go up for privacy. Almost like to ask the question like again, just to see if like there was any changes in the vision or if, you know.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can do that towards the end, like right before you guys actually go to bed. Prior to that, anything anyone's doing in particular? gonna go with a no.
I mean, I'll probably cuddle with my flower at some point tonight when I meditate, but
That's valid. You don't get a roll for a prey though.
no, that's just for flavor. That's not.
Holster's been updated, by the way.
Yo. You had that
Um,
ready, huh?
no, I didn't. I just did it now.
Goddamn.
I know, I'm fast. Okay. Pyrie, is there anything you'd like to do before bed? Okay. Joe's also not going to do anything particular. Actually, I need to roll for one thing. Hang on. Wow. All right, bud. Joe is about 4 giggly drinks deep. The giggle
man's a
is
slush.
the giggle is a little bit like out of his but it's your guys' passive insight. Hang on. Okay, you're both 15 or higher. Joe is having the giggly drink, and when he giggles, it is a giggle, but it is followed by like not happy, like almost sad. But he's not saying anything to you guys.
Interesting. Oh no, Joe trauma is flaring.
But if no one addresses that, then we move on to bed.
I'm not there.
I know you're not there.
Mads will just, Are they okay there, Joe?
Yeah.
That wasn't a very convincing yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm fine.
I'm still not convinced, but okay.
It's just you guys almost left. You almost aren't friends anymore. And where does that leave me? I gotta pick? I can't pick.
Yeah, I'm sorry we put you in a tough spot like that, Joe. I can promise that it was never meant to break up the group. Just sometimes we fight. But we figure it out.
I just don't want y'all my friends, and I don't want you to go away. I like this group. You guys are so great and teach me all kinds of stuff and make me think about stuff that's way outside of my control.
Gonna pat his back. Just, I know, buddy. We like you too a lot. We're very happy you're here.
Oh, that's nice. So we're gonna go do more stuff together, right?
We sure are.
Oh,
Once we get a good
good.
night's sleep. Looks
Yeah.
like you could use a little rest too.
no, more giggles. It makes me happy. I'm
Harry's gonna look at Joe and grab him by his cheeks, his face cheeks,
oh,
his cheeks, and just like and just be very sappy for a moment and be like, "Thank you for not walking away from me."
you're welcome. It would probably hurt if I wasn't a couple of drinks deep. It hurts when you grab my cheeks.
She's gonna like kind of smush his face like a hamster, and just be like, "It's because you're so cute."
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that said, but sure.
It's his face is mushed. It's whatever you got out of it.
Okay.
So you guys finish up your dinner and your drinks, and you head on up to the beds. Mads, you wish to pray to the goddess.
Yes, please.
What exactly are you praying about? Any specifics, all specifics.
Okay. So before I prayed about if we had made things worse for Eternia and for the general being of our party. And this time I would like to pray to see if by us getting through this, if it has made anything better, or just to see if there's any changes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for me. D100, please.
Yippee. Oh, I thought I got 69 for a second.
Nice.
You would have won D&D.
You would have won D&D. With a 66...
Into the campaign right there, damn.
With a 66, Mads, you pray to the goddess. Your lotus still having those occasional red petals throughout. You're looking for affirmation. You're looking for solace that you have taken the right path, that you have fixed the group, and now you will all together follow the vision that you saw earlier.
Yes.
But you don't get any feelings of affirmation. You don't get any warmth regarding that. You only see yourself arriving at that big, pristine white temple and approaching that statue before it fades out.
We're taking this as a good sign, even if it's copium.
Copium. With that, everybody may take a long rest.
We did it.
You guys
We survived.
survived that fight. You survived the party breaker. Yeah, you got to experience a Joe that was worried about the party breaker.
Yeah.
I thought about ignoring it too. I'm glad I didn't.
Poor little Joe.
Mads is done. They don't want to talk about their feelings anymore. Everyone be quiet.
So, with the morning coming around and everyone waking, Liari and Pyrie would be the first two to, well, no, time frame wise that would track. You'd both wake up around the same time. Is there anything that you two would accomplish first thing in the morning before your assorted roommates get up?
What does Araltha's sleep schedule look like? Because doesn't she wake up bumfuck early for smithing stuff?
She's a little busy last night, but it's still early. Like, you guys got in at 9, 10. Spent a few hours. It's probably like 8 in the morning.
I'm mainly just asking because I'll probably attempt to, like, make her breakfast to wake up to.
I'd say you could easily do that with some stuff you could find in the kitchen. No problem at all.
Yeah.
Um,
As like my final sort of thank you for dealing with my bullshit, I guess, and then yeah.
Give me a survival
Then after
roll on
that,
how
I'll
good
make
that
my way
is.
back. Survival? Interesting. Could be bad. It was okay.
Maybe you're trying to poison her. Damn.
It is an acceptable breakfast. Real basic,
true.
but good. So, Araltha would, get up to the smell of that, bacon and eggs kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Come in, excitedly kind of sit at their little table upstairs that generally doesn't have two people at it. They excitedly await for food. You guys enjoy a breakfast together. As you guys are finishing, Araltha would address you. So, what's your plans for today then?
I think we just gotta take it as it comes, but I do have something to ask you. It's a bit of an odd request. But
Sure.
do you happen to know anybody that buys or trades horses over at the racing stadium here in town?
The racing
Any horse
stadium.
dealers?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's all fun and games when you're betting on the races. Now I'm a bit Irish. I don't know why. But
Smashed a new accent in there last night. Goddamn.
that's not
my
something you really get into without going through less than legal channels. You probably be able to find someone in the slums to sponsor you if that was your goal. But I don't know if that I'd recommend it.
You're saying the horse races here aren't above ground? There's a whole stadium for it.
Oh, they're above ground, yes. The horse ownership is very specific. You can't get in unless you've been vouched for. And you don't get vouched for unless you know people. And you don't know people unless you know people.
Alright. So, you don't know people.
I personally do not interact with individuals that would possibly be able to provide a vouch.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Alright, thank you for the information.
You're very
Definitely. Yeah, I'll tell all of that to the person who was inquiring.
Of course.
I already know I have to tear down one illegal gambling ring while I'm here anyway. May as well add another one.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you much for breakfast. I'm gonna go get to work. You're welcome to stay up here as long as you like.
And thank you for housing me and feeding me and giving me the time to breathe. I appreciate you. With
Only when
Grace.
necessary.
only when necessary is crazy. Alright, fair enough.
But you're also welcome to stay anytime you need. You just come on over. There's always a spot for you.
might take you up on that with like a wink, and then I'll be sure to pack my stuff timely and head on out.
Okay. So you make your way out. Oreltha gets to work. Other half of the party, as you've woken up and begun getting your day going, is there anything that you'd like to do as you make your way down from your room?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Okay. So, the party meets up in the Laughing Cask. You all have your morning breakfast together. Well, I guess not Liari, but you all hang out in the
Tomorrow.
Laughing Cask, yeah. As the party comes together. Is there anything that, like, the party... Liari, when you walk in, let's say you see Pyrie, Mads, and Joe hanging out at the normal table. Is there anything specifically you do, or do you guys just sit like normal?
Well, I'm gonna walk in with a big old smile on my face and just say, "Good morning!" All the energy, all the stuff that they hated before, but now I know they were just playing hard to get. So now I'm just like, I'm all in, full speed ahead, full steam.
They were just playing hard to get.
Yeah. Now I know you guys like me, so I'm like, okay, no problem. We can work with this. I thought you hated me. But yeah, good morning, and then y'all just sit down and just have all the energy and just be full on. She's a little extra sometimes, probably. So you know.
And Joe's nursing a headache.
Oh, bud, what
I tried.
happened?
I don't remember.
He had a few too many giggle drinks last night.
Whoa. Living large, huh? Gotta be careful, bud.
Yeah, I might lay off for a little while.
Okay. Yeah. Everything in moderation. It's so funny to hear from Liari, but you know.
Yeah.
Oh, Pyrie, I did ask about the horse racing, and then I'm gonna connect our brains.
Okay.
Nope, that's not a D8. For apparently only 2 hours. A scam-free one. I'm gonna connect our brains so that we can continue this conversation internally, lest I say some crazy shit. I'll just be like, so Pyrie, I asked, about the horse racing thing, and apparently, while the races themselves are above board, apparently getting into them is very sketchy, and you need to know people to get in on it. Like, you need a voucher. You need to know a guy who knows a guy. And Araltha did not know a guy, so we're gonna. I don't know about
going to
that.
look very disappointed at this information and just be like, and just like breathe out like a deep sigh of just like, I don't know how else to make money.
Well, we have that other job we can go do. Remember, we have to figure out what to do with that illegal gambling ring, whether we convince them to go straight, or we, tear them down. Surely that pays.
We can only hope.
And like I said, we can try and convince the guild people over at the Ivory Maw. We can try and convince them that we took care of it. We don't really have much proof, but I got some ways. I can I can do my best. I can throw something around, see if we can convince him. Because the job is done.
Pyre's gonna make a face at Larry of just like, and then of just like kind of like mildly disgusted, and then just be like, "Are you gonna sleep with these ones too?"
If it gets us the money, I don't see why not. That's an option. Not everyone takes the bait, but I can try.
Outstanding.
She's got nothing. She's just gonna kind of look at Larry and just be like, "I don't understand you."
Do you say this out loud, or is it just the way you're looking at me?
It's the way she's looking at you. It's just like disgusted, confused, and just overall concerned about how many people you tend to sleep with.
Let me think
It
about
reminds her
how
of
I would
home,
interpret.
and she's not sure how she feels about that.
I mean, unless you're actively gonna bring up something, I'm gonna think about how I would interpret that look. Cause now my mindset is that I know y'all like me, you're just a little like rough around the edges, and that's okay. So I'm kind of.
Harry's just gonna like, she's gonna make a little comment and just be like, you're just like Ma. I'm out mating.
Oh yeah.
And then not elaborate and walk away to go play with Hambone.
I guess her mom was quite persuasive as well. I don't know, maybe they had a fight or something, but you know.
This is her adoptive mother, mind you, so.
But yeah, I know how to get the job done, and so if that's something a quality her mom also had, fair enough. I won't take offense. I don't think she was calling me old or anything, so.
It'd be hard for her to call you old when she herself was like 200 something.
Right.
You know. I mean, I'm not that far behind her, probably.
I feel like you said you were like 30.
Yeah, but that was in like comparative human years. That's not elf years. In elf years, because I was in slavery for decades. Yeah. So it would be like the elf equivalent of what a human 30 is, which is old. Because I thought that's what we were going with to help like translate comparatively. Because I think Mads did the same thing when Mads were their age. It was like kind of human translated age.
Okay. We'll readdress ages after, because now I'm interested, but.
Yeah.
So, party, what is your goal this morning? Where are you heading, and what are you doing as a group?
I think
Well-
I'd like to go see if we can get paid for that job. See if we can try and finagle that.
Yeah. I'll finagle something.
Get some money.
Jesus fucking Christ.
All right. Seems like
Listen,
a plan.
I didn't know what kind of lizard that was at the front desk, so I couldn't. My racism dissipated.
I mean, they were masked up. They're hiding. You don't know.
Yeah. I rolled too low to tell what kind of scaly that was, so I might hit that. I don't know.
So,
I could try.
party, you finish your morning routines, make your way out of the Laughing Cask, onto the bright streets of Melody Cove, on your way to the Ivory Maw to see about collecting your moonies. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Thank God. I thought you were gonna keep going.
Damn, okay.
Did you get emotionally drained from that one? You're like, set me free.
Set me free!
Dude, that was like, if I were to equate that to like how shows arcs go, that was like episode 9 of 12, where like shit really fucking hits the fan and you think that it's all doomed and fucking over and you're just sitting there sobbing and broken afterwards. That was that.
Mm-hmm.
That was Today was just all drama, all lore, all like come to Jesus meeting. That's what today was.
And to think we were supposed to be fighting things today.
I know,
Imagine if we
actively
didn't
said
fight it.
comment.
None of this would potentially happen.
Well, it would have happened differently, right?
Uh-huh.
It may not have come up at all, to be honest.
True.
I think the fact
You're
that
supposed to have a bonding moment.
the fact that
at some
it
point.
did break off and leave it spurred the whole thing. So
Yeah. What an interesting way to go about
It's-
doing that, honestly.
I think it's even funnier the fact that at the end of last episode, we were like, oh no, it's a big baddie. He definitely took notes that we said something. We beat all the things fairly unscathed. And then we didn't
How
do it today.
unfortunate. Another one, Mr. DM.
Oh, I
We
know.
pulled our way out of another one, which is crazy.
It's a
Because I
never-ending
was
thing.
talking-
Guys, this
I was
thing had
talking-
attacks. It was ready. It would have fucked you up. But
I
no.
was talking to Sunny, and I was like, are we going to debuff it to hell again? Or are we just gonna loophole our way out of it?
Loophole, baby!
That's so funny.
Literally talks it down to go fuck off somewhere else.
Like, it has to be possible because it's a smart being. It has intelligence, so it has to
Uh-huh.
be able to reason. So like, it makes sense. I love it and I hate it at the same time because you did so good convincing
That
it.
was crazy, yeah.
So good. So congratulations, you've loophole again.
Loophole
Dice
worked
are funny
again.
that way.
Oh, you have a ring? Don't pull that off. Oh, you have magic? No more tail for you. Hang on. I love it. So good job, guys. Next time we're going to come back. You're going to go to the Ivory Maw. You're going to see about trying to get paid. And then perhaps pursuing other job for Bennu. I'm unclear. But we'll find out.
Right.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Imagine a fair DM. Imagine if I stopped giving you things with intelligence that are just murder hobo monsters. That'd be great.
Murder hobo monsters.
I mean, this was the first one where that like telepathic bullshit actually worked. Like that.
Oh yeah, I was like, I'm ready. I got this anti-telepathy kind of thing. I was like, yeah.
Oh my god.
And then it worked against it.
It didn't help. It did the opposite of helping.
It did. It's like, oh, it talks. I love animal that talk. Hey, I got this snow globe. Is this yours? Is this yours? Oh, you're hungry? I got these people fruit.
He took the snow globe too, actually.
He did.
Yeah.
He took the. He took. So he just.
He took the snow globe. He was
Monster
like,
took
yeah.
snow globe with castle in it. I don't know if that'll ever come up again, but you know what? It's in the notes.
The notes.
When we find that monster on Eternia someday.
Oh, it's on site. If I see that thing again, I'm just telling you now, I'm fucking swinging.
Okay,
Like,
okay. I just want to say though, I feel like it would be really funny if there was like, if Mr. DM did like a roll to see like what happens to the monster, and like depending on the thingies, depends on the like, does it make it there? Does it get eaten by something else? Does someone else kill it? Do we find the snow globe at a pawn shop? Who's to say?
Ogre friends.
not the pawn shop.
The pawn shop. Legitimately,
Like, I don't know,
though,
we found it in its belly.
I do roll to see what happens to things and stuff outside of you guys. So there will be rolls for that. He's got to pass over the entire island. He's got to pass either through or by Silver Song. And then he's got to get to Eternia and find the theoretical orchard. If he doesn't run into something else.
We're gonna die.
So, like, there are rolls that happen, and I have notes. So, yeah.
God, one day to know the notes. One day.
The notes would be so overwhelming. Like, these are the most notey notes I've ever noted before.
Noted.
Welcome.
It's so horrendously necessary because of all the random bullshit.
It's true.
There's so much information in there, man. So much.
So many
Anyway.
storylines too. Oh my god.
Just so many
Yes.
things that we've just derailed entirely.
Places we just left right in the middle of doing stuff.
Yeah. Looks at the entire city. It's fine. It's fine.
Let's find a boat.
We're just gonna find a boat. We're just gonna leave. We're gonna sail eastward, and we're not gonna look back at the city on fire. That is not my problem.
Accidentally makes a
Not my
horse
monkey.
fault on the way there.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go raid out, guys, because I was delivered food and I want to go eat it.
Yes, go to your food.
Food. We're gonna go.
Mr. Jam, I'd like to roll to steal your panties.
Oh yeah, good catch, good catch, good catch.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
Good effort.
989, huh?
Good effort.
Interesting.
Tales of Berseria. I need to play that. Honestly, it's a good game. Raid. Exclamation point raid blade. Come on, you got this. Wah. Okay, so major announcements. No major announcements. I don't really know my stream schedule because it will be shifting pretty heavily outside of Monday night. Like Monday night's still standard. We'll still have D&D. But everything else is really up in the air because new job. So join Discord to get more info.
New job.
Oh, woo!
New job.
Woo!
But thanks everybody for being here. And of course, if you're not already following my wonderful streamer friends, please make sure you go do so. And then if you'd like to learn more about their backstories, you can quickly click on that link right there, and that'll take you to the website, which has a whole little backstory bit on them. That's pretty neat. But thanks everybody for being
Better
here.
trauma.
Have a good night, and stay bold.